WZROnline.com. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Matt Boone. We're going to be here for the next 2 hours talking pro wrestling, Monday Night Raw from last night, and whatever else you guys want to talk about in hour number 2. We'll be taking your live phone calls, live chat room, WZROnline.com/chat. I'm Ryan Clark. Matt Boone. What's up, brother? What's going on, buddy?
Uncle Ryan Clark.
Man, it's yesterday was a good day, man. You know?
It's a good day. A new addition to the Clark family.
A new addition to the Clark family yesterday, yeah. It was a long day, man. It's been a long couple days, to be honest with you. It's been a long week, man. You know, we weren't here last Tuesday night. We'll get into that here in just a second. And then yesterday, sister had a baby. Jacob Ryan Clark. Another Ryan Clark coming into the world, kind of, right? And
Give me your name?
Well, that's the middle name and then the last name. Yeah, she's going to keep the last name instead of, handing it off to the father. So it's Jacob Ryan Clark. He's a small little guy, man. He was, what was he, 6 pounds, 12 ounces? So almost about 4 ounces shy of 7 pounds. But he's healthy, so it was a good day yesterday. But, so...
I took a bunch of notes for the show this week.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Raw. I made sure not to miss anything. I even watched the matches, even the Diva matches. I watched every second of everything. So I take all these notes.
Yeah.
So then, of course, I throw a couple of opening notes in here, and I just figured I'd read this one out loud. It says, Clark's sister had a baby. You'd think he had one himself based on all the hubbub. So I figured I would just say that.
Now, what's the... what? Say what now?
You're babbling like you had a baby or something. My sister's about to have a baby, too, and I don't think I'll make one Facebook post, let alone 10 and pictures.
You're not proud to be
a proud uncle.
You're not proud to be an uncle? Well, it's your sister. Come on,
well,
you know what I'm saying?
I already am 2 times over. Now it's like, I'm a 3-time uncle. Big deal.
You may be more than a 3-time. You may be a 6, 10, 15-time uncle for.
Hey, take it easy over there, buddy. Take it easy.
Oh man. So listen.
It's funny though. You said it was 6 pounds, whatever ounces. I was listening to an old episode of Howard Stern the other day, and Artie Lang tells this joke. Oh no, he was on Letterman. That was it. And he's telling Letterman, he's like, his mother is a real big enabler with food, right? She makes you gain a lot of weight. And he says it's so bad. He's like, I'll tell you how bad it is actually. When I first met my mother, I weighed 7 pounds. I've literally gained 293 pounds since I've met the woman. The woman is the devil.
Yeah. There you go. Well, listen to this, man. Here's the deal. We weren't here last. We'll get this out of the way, right? I mean, listen, Boone, all afternoon. By the way, you're such a whiny bitch, man. All afternoon tonight. I'm tired. I'm so tired, man. I'm gonna come on. Can you carry me tonight? Cause you're just a whiny motherfucker today, man. All day long.
You get a whiny bitch. I say all day long. I think I told you 3 times today, and all I was doing was letting you know you're gonna have some dead weight to carry this week. That's all. No whining. Just keeping you updated.
No, it was a lot of whining, to be honest with you, dude. It was a lot of instant messages.
Like you're whining on Facebook about, I had to get up at 2 in the morning and drive
Wah, motherfucker, wah.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, you get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so let me tell you something. Listen, mate. Yeah, I woke up. I was awake Sunday morning, right? I got up at about 8 o'clock. I did all my football stuff in the morning. The football pools and the fantasy stuff. I watched football on Sunday, and I went to bed Sunday night. Got it like 2 o'clock, and then she woke me up, man, about an hour later yesterday, Monday morning. I went to bed at about 2 o'clock, and she woke me up at 3, I think it was like 3:15, and she said, I gotta go to the hospital. So I said, all right, and then, she drove herself out to the hospital. I stayed awake all last night, all through the day, and then, I was at the hospital yesterday, thanks to you for picking up the slack from me, man. You were the one making the post yesterday, basically under my name.
I'm a real-life hero, no big deal.
Well, you're like a little brother sometimes. You're a real prick, but, sometimes when I need help, you help out. It's actually Boone posted under my screen name yesterday, or my posting name. That was most of the posts you saw yesterday. Till I got home, in the evening was all you during the day. So thank you for that. Appreciate it, buddy.
You potato, tomato. You say I was a little prick. I say I was a little bit of a hero. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go as far as to say you were a hero, but you were a Santa's helper yesterday. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Santa and you're an elf,
Santa's helper. Fuck
you know what I'm saying?
That was a better line than the one I had.
Right. So anyway, but so you helped out yesterday, so I appreciate that, dude. And then I got home last night, and then we had Raw, and then you got to do Raw work, and then you got to do the post Raw work, etc., etc. And then I went to bed last night at about 2:30, and I was back up at 5:30 this morning. I had to take Haley into school, and then I got back, and then I stayed online. So we're working on like 3 days with, I don't know, 5-6 hours of sleep, dude. What are you working on? 24 hours straight? Get out of here, dude. Come on, man.
I went to bed, today's Tuesday, Monday, so I went to bed. Well, I got up Monday at like 10 a.m. I've been up since then. And I went to bed Sunday night at like 4 or 5 in the morning. So yeah, 5 hours of sleep 2 days ago, something like that.
Yeah.
You lose track of time when you stay up this fucking long. It's like, it doesn't feel like Tuesday, it still feels like Monday. It's like Monday part 2. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. Oh, don't do that, dude. I'll fall asleep, man. It's soothing.
Hush, gonna buy you a diamond ring. Hush, little baby. Alright, anyways. Alright, so...
Remember how when you were kids, and because nobody knew how to snore when you were younger, so you would do honk, pew, honk, pew.
Oh man. So, all right, here's the deal. Let's get the bad stuff out of the way, and then we'll move on. We're gonna run down Monday Night Raw in hour number 1, and then in hour number 2, we're just gonna do the rapid fire segment. I found out a way where basically, you know how Facebook, when you open an account, you have like a 5,000 friend limit, and then people can subscribe to your account. Well, I found out a way. Subscribers, I guess, could never comment or like the post or whatever it was, and I found a way so everybody can comment, so a lot of people couldn't participate in the rapid fire segment that we did every week, and now they can. So
does that go the same for feedback? Like the feedback post, they couldn't leave comments?
Right, they can leave comments on any thread that I make, so we can, everybody can participate now. I don't know, I guess Facebook puts all these blocks. I mean, Facebook's crazy, man. They're putting all these advertisements in between, all over your timeline and stuff. It's crazy, man. And that's what always happens, dude.
Yeah, every time you get used to it, they gotta throw a curveball in there somewhere. You can never get comfortable with the fucking thing.
Yeah, it's that's how corporations work, though, you know what I mean? They all start out with the simplest thing, and then when billions of people sign up, dude, they all go into advertisements and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Same
corporate
thing,
greed.
That's what it is. Corporate greed, dude. All right, so here's the deal, man. We weren't here last week.
Where were we last week?
It was a bad week, to be honest with you. We had Survivor Series last Sunday night. And here's the deal.
GSP Saturday, remember GSP?
That's right. GSP, by the way, he looked good, but I expected more. I don't know, man. It just...
So did you watch the fight?
I watched everything, man, yeah.
Yeah, he got knocked down in the third. Like, he could have been knocked out right then and there, so that was surprising. But yeah, he looked pretty good.
So we've always been honest on here, right? We've always I mean, listen, man, my personal life, your personal life, it's all out there, man. It's out here every Tuesday night.
Way too honest, to be honest. To be honest with you, we're way too honest.
We are, but I think that's what people like about this show, dude. You come out and you don't hold nothing back. You don't hold anything back. So I haven't put anything up on Facebook. Some of you guys know that a couple of years ago, I struggled with an opiate addiction. We'll leave it at that, and basically I got clean a couple years ago, and I went out to Colorado last year. You guys remember me going out to Colorado? I was there for about a week, and I had got
family out there, right?
Yeah, I got my father out there, and met some good people out there, and it was a good time. So I come back, and everything was good, and then about 5 or 6 months ago, man, somebody, it always happens, man, somebody comes around and they put some pills in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Some, to be specific, some morphine, pills in front of you. And basically what happens is, starts out where you take 1 or 2 a day, alright? And you get high, alright? And then the next day, that 1 or 2 doesn't work, and... Are you still here?
Yeah.
All right. The next day that 1 or 2 doesn't work, and you bump it up to 3 or 4. And the next thing you know, you're at 10, 15, 20 of these things a day. And when you add it all up, man, and the pills cost anywhere between $5, $10, $8 a piece, whatever it is, man. And you're taking $8 a piece times 10 a day, $80 a day times 30 days in a month, and it adds up, right? So basically what happened is I got addicted to these morphine pills, and last Sunday night I said enough is enough. I'm losing way too much money, and this has got to stop, man, because number one, I got a little bit of a payroll. You're on my payroll. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah. To have that kind of problem and have your money is not a good combination.
Right. Exactly. To have the problem that I was having. So basically, what happened is it's all a mind game, man. And I know that some of you guys that are listening to this show right now, I know at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of you guys got the same problem. You got an opiate problem. You're on pills. You're on the dope. You're on the heroin. You're on something, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you are...
Shit, we're being honest. You said there's some of you guys co-hosting the show that have this problem.
Listen. Addiction is a very powerful thing, and basically what happened is last Sunday, it's all a mind game, man. And I was able to. These are lifesavers. I'm telling you, they're called Suboxones. Basically, if you were to go to a rehab, they give you Suboxones or another thing called methadone. Some people get addicted to methadones, but I was able to get 4 Suboxones off the street from somebody that I knew. And I decided that last Sunday that was it. I was going to wake up on Monday. I was going to take the Suboxones, and we were going to get through the week. So, man, I got to tell you, last Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were ridiculous. I could not move. I couldn't get more than 10 or 15 minutes of sleep. The back pains were killing me. I still got back pains, man, right now. But, everything was just killing me last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then Thanksgiving came around. I was all right Thanksgiving. And then Friday and Saturday and even Sunday, man, the back pains were just killing me. And then yesterday came around, and my sister had the baby, which was awesome. And today I feel much better. But man, if you can get through that first week, if you've got a problem with opiates, if you've got a problem with any sort of drugs, man. I mean, I know marijuana, everybody smokes pot, you know what I'm saying? But if you've got
That's not the same thing at all, man.
Right, if you've got a problem with any of that stuff, man, listen, I've only been 1 week, and for the last 5 or 6 months I was doing this stuff, daily, because you can't wake up. Basically, it's like filling your car with gasoline, man. If you don't have it, you get sick. You know what I mean?
Well, they call it a fix.
Right, yeah.
You're not right. You're not right. You get fixed.
Exactly. So basically, I panned it out for this past week, and all the money that you can save, man. Just thinking about all the money that I've saved, even in the past week, and I say to myself now, never again, dude, because you don't want to go through that pain, man. This last week was brutal, But once you get through that week, it's all a mind game. If you can tell your mind, this is all going to be over in a week or two, you're going to be good to go, man. And I feel so, you wake up every morning, dude, and you don't have to go look for anything. You know what I'm saying? Everything is good now, and, clear-headed and everything else. So, that's the honest truth, man. That's where I was, and it was a big week to miss, man, because Survivor Series is one of the big 4 pay-per-views. You know what I mean? It's just, man, it was so hard to miss last week's show, but I could not move. I was so sick, man. You know what I mean? And listen, it's only a week. It's only a week, man. I know I got a long way to go, but I promise you.
Well, like I said, it was the famous quote from the jazz musician Charlie Parker. He said, "They can get it out of your body, but they can't get it out of your mind." You know what I mean? And the feeling of that.
Right,
that
but if
you get, like you said, it's all a mind battle, because the first week is the physical withdrawals and all that shit. Once you get past that, it's just a matter of mentally, can I get past it?
And
that's the long-term battle. That never goes away, really.
That's what it is. That's the long-term battle, and I promise you, for right now, I'll never miss a show because of that again, man. And I say that now, and I've got my mind set to it. We're back on the right track. Everything's good to go, and I do get bored. You know what I mean? Sitting here all day, it's like, man, oh man, what the fuck? I gotta do something. I gotta get out of here. You know what I mean? But no, everything is good, man. Christmas is coming up. Hopefully,
to explain to people who may not know, but yeah, like the stuff you were talking about, the problem you had, like sitting in a room. If you're doing that, you're not bored anymore. It's like you're doing something.
Yes.
It's like a party for your brain or some shit.
It is. It keeps your mind occupied. You can stay on the computer all day long. You can work. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. But then when you get clean, dude, you just think about the money you're saving. So listen, man. I'm only 1 week. You know, it was last Sunday night where I decided that was it. You know, I was going to set my mind to it. And then I got through the pain, you know, for this past week. But listen, if you got a problem, and I know somebody listening to this show right now has got the same problem that I was dealing with or that you're dealing with right now, man, contact me, dude. The best way, and I know you probably don't want to contact, you want to keep that inside. A lot of people don't want to come out and they don't want to say something. I would never bring up your name, man. You can contact me on a different email, whatever, man. You gotta talk to people, man. People are there for you to help you out, you know what I mean? And just email people, you know, talk and think about the money that you could save in the end. That's what it was for me, man. I got a niece. I got little Jacob that was born yesterday, dude. And I made a list, man. I pinned it to the computer. It says right here. It's a list of 5 things. It says taxes coming up in April, Christmas time and Christmas presents. I got Haley. I got Jacob. And I got Boone's pay. That's my list.
Oh, now you reordered the list, Rick. That wasn't the order I heard.
I got taxes, Christmas, Haley, Jacob, and Boone's pay. Right here.
No. When you read the list to me, I was above Haley. I said, dude, that's pretty fucked up, man. You got me above your family and shit.
In no particular order. You know what I'm saying, dude? But it was on this list, and I pinned it to the computer, and every time, man, I'll tell you what, this past week, dude, I had to come back. I would get on the computer. I'd make 1 or 2 posts. I'd have to go back to the bed. I'd lay down for 20 minutes. I'd come back to the computer. I'd make 1 or 2 posts. I'd come back to the bed. I'd have to lay down because my back was hurting, dude. I was getting sick. Oh, it was ridiculous. It was the worst week that anybody could ever endure, but in the end, it's all worth it. So,
well, listen, and now we started this whole discussion by saying we're very honest, and that's the beauty of the show, right? Is our honesty. You're not being completely honest right now.
Yes.
I'm going to reveal this to the audience without your permission, because that's not the only thing you're addicted to. Okay, now we're going to be really honest tonight, guys. Ryan Clark is addicted to penis. Why don't you admit that?
Addicted to penis. Get the fuck out of here.
Full disclosure, Ryan. Full disclosure. You tell the people your problems, it helps you absolve it. You got a cock addiction. What are you gonna do,
I got a cock addiction, motherfucker. That's it. I'm gay as a motherfucker too. Why don't we come right out of the closet? I'm gay as a motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm not gay. Get out of here. You fucking scumbag. Dude. This is how we transition. See, we have a serious. We have a serious. You got a cock and a ruler addiction, man. You sit there and take out a fucking tape measure.
Cock and a ruler addiction. That's not addiction, man. That's just a fucking fun habit. Shit.
That's a fun.
That's the same as 10 years ago.
Is it the same as 10 years? Still that 7.5 inches, right, motherfucker?
7.5. That ain't gonna change. Unless it gets like.
Get out of here. See how we transition? We have this serious ass conversation right now, and then he transitions. That's the transition into. Let's get back into things. Ryan's gay as a motherfucker. Get out of here, dude.
You talk about having a drug problem, and I'm like, all right, this is a downer. We got to get back to the show here. What can I say? I got it. We'll relate that problem to another problem.
Man, you know somebody's
addiction of cock.
The archive's gonna come out, dude. Somebody's gonna cut this up, and it's gonna there's gonna be something winds up on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gay as a motherfucker. somebody will.
God, I hope somebody does that. If somebody's listening and knows how to audio.
Jesus, dude. So whenever somebody goes to YouTube.com and they search for Ryan Clark, not that anybody does that. They get on gay as a motherfucker.
They get on gay as a motherfucker, and then they'll have you start singing the Yellow Submarine to prove that you're gay as a motherfucker.
Yeah, right? So anyway, that's where we were last week, and I apologize for that. It's my bad. And then yesterday, we already talked about this earlier. Little Jacob Ryan Clark came into the world yesterday, so that was a big day for me. So there we go. How was? We talked about UFC a little bit ago, right? GSP made his return. And looks like they're going to do GSP and Anderson Silva now, so that's big news, man. That's a big fight.
That's what Anderson wants to fight. UFC's trying to make it happen. GSP really seems like he's not going to do it. Like there's more and more reports coming out.
Yeah.
That he's posturing and making it to where it's just going to be impossible to put together. So.
Really?
But the good thing is, if it doesn't happen,
Why wouldn't he fight him?
What's that?
Why wouldn't GSP want to fight? Is he scared?
Well, his mindset is Anderson Silva's 220-some pounds walking around weight. He cuts down to 185. Sometimes he fights at 205. GSP walks around 180, low 180s, mid 180s, 190 at the most, and he fights 170. He said to fight Anderson Silva, he'd have to do a catch weight somewhere around 178, 180. And to do that, Silva's just cutting away like he always does. GSP has to gain weight, which means he has to put muscle mass on his body,
right,
which is a hard thing to do. And once you put it on, it's hard to take off. And if you put muscle on and take it off, it kind of takes something out of you as a fighter, supposedly. And so his thing is, if he does that move, he wants to move to middleweight for good. And he's not ready to do that because there's unfinished business at 170. Johnny Hendricks, on the undercard of the GSP kind of fight this past weekend, knocked out Martin Kampman in like 1 minute, and he knocked out John Fitch before that. He beat Josh Koscheck, so he's like a legit contender. And then Nick Diaz gets off suspension in February, so there's two real big fights at welterweight for him.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the Diaz suspension. Hey, you know what happened?
What would you rather see, GSP Silva or GSP Diaz? Because honestly, I'd rather see GSP Diaz. I think the build-up would be better.
I think they should do that fight first, and then go into GSP Silva, but put do the Diaz fight first. Hey, by the way, while we're on the subject of boxing and MMA, UFC, Hector Camacho died this week, man. You heard about that, right?
Yeah, I heard.
Man, he was into some drugs, man, to be honest with you. They found cocaine in the car, and then you know what happened? TMZ.com, they held a public viewing for his body today, and they had the casket, and it was opened, and, I don't know why people feel the need to do this, but they go into a funeral home, and they take photos of the dead body, and then, TMZ put up the photo today, and you can clearly see a bullet hole right through the forehead, right through his forehead, in the photo. I went to TMZ.
He was murdered?
Yeah, he got shot. He was.
I didn't know that. I just heard that he died. I didn't hear how.
He was in a car today. I go to TMZ's website earlier today, and boom, right there, top story. There he is, laying in a casket, all decked out in white, and he's got a bullet hole through his head. And I'm thinking, oh my God.
What scumbag leaks photos of dead fucking in a casket to the website? Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying, man. Who goes in there? If you're going in a funeral home, the last thing somebody should do is be taking out a cell phone and taking photos of a
cell phone. Yeah, fucking flashing on a dead body and shit in front of everybody.
It's greed. It's all about greed and money. You know what I mean? They can sell that photo. I'm sure TMZ probably paid for the photo. And then they get it and they put it. And then it's out there.
Other boxing shit going on. There's actually a lot of shit going on in boxing. This past weekend, they had Robert Guerrero versus Andre Berto. Did you watch that fight?
No, but I heard about it. Berto knocked him down in the 8th, was it? Right? I think. Is that?
I don't know. All I heard was that Guerrero won like an easy decision over Berto, and now they're
or Berto maybe Berto went down in the 8th. Somebody went down in the 8th round. I think it was the 8th round.
I would assume it was Berto because from what I heard, Guerrero damn near pitched a shutout. That's
really
what I remember hearing. So, yeah, but so Robert the Ghost Guerrero versus Mayweather might be next. Pacquiao versus Juan Manuel Marquez 4 is next weekend. And they've been doing the 24/7s on HBO for that. Those have been real good. Also next weekend, dude, UFC on Fox. Have you looked at the card that's airing next weekend?
I have no. What's the main event? I don't even know.
All right, we got Nate Diaz versus Ben Henderson for the lightweight title.
That's right. Yeah.
We got Shogun versus Alexander Gustafsson. We got BJ Penn versus Rory McDonald.
Wow.
And then Mike Quick versus Matt Brown. I think that's the best UFC on Fox card ever so far.
Yeah, those are 4 awesome fights. Definitely.
Yeah, especially that Penn McDonald fight. I'm really looking forward to that. McDonald's supposed to be the next GST, so it'll be interesting to see if he can maul Penn the way he has everybody else.
The Nate Diaz and Benson Henderson's a nasty fight too. I heard Dan Henderson's gonna fight Machida coming up.
Yeah, they booked that one, and that's not even going to be a main event. So apparently, that's the show that.
I gotta tell you, man. Dan Henderson, ever since he came over from Strikeforce, man, dude, he's been knocking people out left and right. Dan Henderson is nasty, man. I think Machida. Listen, everybody knows Machida's sick, man. He's nasty, right? But Dan Henderson, don't rule that dude out in that fight, man, against Machida. And you know what? As a matter of fact, when that fight comes around, I may pick Henderson. You're going to call me crazy, but I may pick Henderson just because of the way Henderson's been doing people, man.
There's absolutely nothing crazy about picking Henderson in that fight. I mean, it's a pretty even fight, in my opinion. I mean, I'd pick Lyoto when Bush runs the show, obviously, but yeah, nothing would be surprising if Henderson won. I don't think he's been knocking everybody else that came to UFC. The only fight I can think of, I mean, he knocked out Fedor in Strikeforce.
He fought Shogun, right? Didn't he fight one of the Hoover brothers?
He fought Shogun, but there was no knockout there. That was like a really, really close fight, like fight of the year, all-time great kind of fight. Yeah, but he's a fucking. I mean, he can knock anybody out with one punch. He's got great wrestling, so he's dangerous to anybody.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get the plugs out of the way. Then we're going to get into Monday Night Raw from last night. We'll talk about that for about a half an hour or so. Hour number 2, taking the rapid fire segment. We're going to be taking the live phone calls, whatever you guys want to do in hour number 2. We'll take a commercial break at the top of the hour. 9 o'clock Eastern Time. SmackDown being taped live tonight. Saturday Morning Slam WWE main event as well. So we'll be taping that, and we should have live spoilers here
tonight.
I think they were in Louisiana at the Cajun Dome last night, so it's got to be around there. Maybe.
Yeah, they were in Lafayette last night. So what else is in Louisiana? Around there?
New Orleans, a lot of places.
Well,
yeah, somewhere in
it's your area of expertise, man. I'm not good with venues and locations and shit. You're supposed to know this stuff. You're supposed to be up on it.
Somewhere in Louisiana. Yeah.
Anyway, you got that big cock addiction, and now you're forgetting the names of the goddamn buildings.
Gotta get the big cock out of my mouth, motherfucker.
Yeah, get that cock out of your brain and out of your mouth.
Yeah. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com /chat, WZROnline.com /chat. Lots and lots of people in there as always tonight. How about those Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving?
Oh, you fucking prick. Is that because you get a cock addiction? Is that why you bring that up?
How about those Detroit Lions, huh?
We had for Thanksgiving, and it was a great Thanksgiving. I had a nice meal. First time I've had a Thanksgiving meal in like 5 years, but the Lions lose in like a fucking close heartbreaker to the Texans. We beat them the whole fucking game. We blew it in overtime like douchebags.
Yeah, we lost to the Colts on Sunday too, so I can't say much about my Buffalo Bills.
This year now?
We are not in the play. We would have had to win every game from this point out, from Sunday on, and we lost to the Colts, so we're pretty much out of the playoff contention. Although our division sucks. I mean, the Patriots are good, but I mean, as far as Miami and the Jets, I mean, they're not. I mean, Tannehill's killing it for Miami, but the Jets are horrible. You know, the Jets guy, Fireman Ed, the guy that does the JETS.
Yeah.
He quit, man. He walked out on Thanksgiving Day at halftime, and he said, "Fuck this, man. Fuck this team. I'm done." And then Rex Ryan came out the following day and said, "I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully he comes back." He says he's still going to attend the games, but he's not. He's done with the chance, and he's fed up with the team, and he quit. He's done.
That reminds me of. I was listening to today's edition of Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Before we went on the air, and you know who Eric the Midget is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric the Midget. So I guess he had a deal. I didn't even know it. He was part of the TNA Impact Wrestling TNA Today thing online, that TNA Today video they do every couple days or whatever.
Right.
So I guess he had a segment on there as part, and he had like a contract. He was getting paid to do it, this and that, and I guess the reason TNA did it, I'm just guessing this, was because then Howard Stern would play the clips of Eric doing the segment and make fun of it on his show, which promotes TNA altogether.
Exactly.
Anyways, long story short, Eric the Midget quits.
Did he quit?
Yeah, he gives them an official resignation paper, which they read on the air, and Howard Stern proceeds to mock the shit out of him. Like, dude, he's like, you're a huge wrestling fan. You're getting paid to talk about wrestling on the phone. It made me think, like, God damn, this is my job too. So, fuck. I would never quit. Shit. Free money. But they're like, dude, you're getting paid to talk about something you talk about anyway. And why would you quit? Like, he said, because you guys make fun of me and you say I'm no good at it. And they're like, who gives a shit? You're getting paid. Why would you quit?
This was today? He came on today and said this?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, on today's. Yeah.
Why? I haven't heard about this.
I was actually listening to it just a minute ago.
I had no idea. I'll make a post about that, man, because I didn't know. I mean, something must have happened. He quit because Howard said he sucked, or because there was an issue with TNA?
No, just because he was getting too much, like, everybody was making fun of him. The whole reason that he got hired, I think, was, I mean, you know, he talks like, I like AJ's styles. You know,
yeah.
I mean, he can't speak for shit, and he's awful on the radio, but, I mean, they hired him as a goof to get promotion on the Stern Show.
Right.
I guess he couldn't take all the criticism he was getting through Twitter.
Wow.
Fine, I'll never do your show ever again. You know, like, one of those kind of things.
That's the Whack Pack, man. We used to have our own Whack Pack on here, but they all quit, man. I mean, they couldn't take the criticism. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened here. We had Jackie and everybody else, man, and they all quit.
That one kid too. Remember the kid that always called about Maurice?
Yeah. What about?
He was like 12 years old, but he had a deeper than mine.
Right. Well, what about Maurice? When's Maurice gonna be back in WWE, guys? Every single week. What about Maurice?
Like, I mean, we can't see his face because it's radio, but whatever the equivalent of a straight face on radio is, he would say it with a straight face. Like you would think he's joking, but he was dead serious. Like, he would call in, "Hey guys," and we knew it was coming. "Well, I was just wondering if you guys had any updates on my favorite WWE diva, Maurice."
Man, oh man. All right, here we go. So let's move on, man. We'll get into it. Hopefully, you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Wanted to come on here last week, and I was just too sick last week. So, anyways,
you had some turkey?
I did. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, dude. I reached my hand in there. I pulled a big fat neck bone out of there, preheated the oven to 325, 330, and cooked that bad bitch for 4 hours. She came out, bro. That was the best turkey I've ever ate, man. I had mashed potatoes, I had corn, I had carrots, I had it all, man. I had a big dinner on Thursday, and you know what? It was just me and my sister, man. That was it. Me and her cooked a 15-pound turkey on Thanksgiving. So it was a good day, man. You know what I mean? And I was feeling good then. Did you have
an 8-pound dick to go with the 14-pound turkey? Was that your side dish?
No, but the turkey was probably about, I don't know, 7.5 inches, 8 inches long in length.
7.5 inches?
7.5. What are you talking about? 7.5 inches? What? What?
So you were on the dick bandwagon, or not the bandwagon, the dick wagon.
I'll tell you what, the neck bone of the turkey looked like a big long dick when I pulled it out. You know,
instead of doing the wishbone where you each grab an end, you just fucking grab on that dick, keep tugging on it until it spits at you. What are you gonna do?
Grab on that neck bone.
You remember how when you do the wishbone when you're a kid? I remember doing that with my fucking sister.
My
you
sister.
grab an end and you make a wish. Whoever gets the bigger end wins.
I don't know, but I think I may have ripped the whip. I took a lot of guts out of the thing. There was a lot of shit inside that you had to take out, and then you stuff it with stuffing. You know, I don't know.
That's crazy. Dude, I don't think I've ever cooked a turkey sandwich. You're over there fucking cooking turkeys. That's crazy.
Who was the wrestler that was it? Booker T? He always used to say something like neck bone, right? Wasn't it Booker T? He always used to bring that up. He'd say something like neck bone. Right?
I was drinking some Gatorade. I don't remember a neck bone Booker T. No, I don't remember that.
I remember a Booker T and a neck bone reference. Something about neck bone.
That you're right, so I don't remember.
One person. During commentary, right? He always says it. Something about neck bone, ham bone. I don't know, something, but it's Booker T.
Ham bone. I've heard of ham bone before. I've never heard of neck bone.
I don't know. So, listen, man. Monday Night Raw, I gotta tell you, Survivor Series, I was impressed, man. I thought it was a decent pay-per-view, and then last week's Raw, we're going to talk about Ryback, and I mean, you may agree or disagree on my thought, but I mean, Ryback, I didn't like it at first, and I never do. When somebody first comes in, I never like it. Like when Sheamus first came on, I don't like the accent, and then he came around. It takes some getting used to. Yeah, man, and I got to tell you, man, Ryback is, dude, I'm telling you. This guy is the future if they continue this, and you never know, man. I mean, right now he's at the top of his game. He may do something wrong backstage, and boom, he's right back to the mid-card position and jobbing out. You know what I mean? But
I mean, what do you think about them making him like he loses? I mean, okay, Maddox hits him in the nuts, so he loses that way. Then he's in a triple threat match and loses when they could have kept him on the Survivor Series team and had him be like the sole survivor. He could take out all 5 guys by himself and be a monster. Yeah. That would have been a good way to use him. Instead, they put him in a second pay-per-view main event in a row where he's going to lose. So he's lost 2 pay-per-view main events in a row. He's going into TLC. He's obviously not going to win this one either. So that'll be 3 in a row. Does that hurt him being the next big future star? Can he start to lose? Because his whole gimmick is being the undefeated monster. Now he's losing all the time.
Well, TLC is interesting. Ryback in a TLC match? Ah, man. I mean, CM Punk, he can go, right, with tables, ladders, and chairs. But, man, putting a guy like Ryback in there, I don't know how that's going to go. Think about that on paper, man. Ryback and CM Punk.
Yeah, well, I guess Ryback will just out-muscle and bully the shit out of him, and then Punk will use, like, ladders and chairs to kind of counter that, as equalizers, if you will. I don't know. Punk will probably have to do a lot of flying around and bumping and shit, too. So, I mean, he can make it work. It depends.
Fack, the Matt Boone in the chair. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
Fack?
Fuck. How do you say it? Fuck, the Matt Boone?
It's fact. Yeah, fact the Matt Boone.
I think it's
fact the Matt Boone.
What's it say, Matt? You are a big-time jabroni, worse than the Virgil. That's good. Anyway, but listen, we'll run it. The last 2 weeks of Raw, Survivor Series I thought was good. The post-Raw last week, or post-Survivor Series Raw last week, I thought was good. And they're a little bit more edgy, man, ever since Linda McMahon's Senate campaign ended couple of weeks ago.
It's Iron Sheik. Fuck the Matt Boone.
Yeah, and he's the Virgil, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck the Hulk Hogan. Fuck the Macho Man. That's
yeah. So anyway, last week's Raw, Survivor Series was a decent pay-per-view, and then last Monday's Raw, they started to get a little bit more edgy, man, and then that carried over with this week. I mean, you had a make-out session last week, and again this week with John Cena and AJ. I don't know about that angle. I think they're going to build, I think eventually, going into the TLC pay-per-view, I'm surprised that they did Cena and Ziggler, and then had Cena pin Ziggler clean last night on Raw when they're scheduled to do that match at the TLC pay-per-view. Obviously, they would add a stipulation for the actual pay-per-view, but they did the singles match on Raw last night, and I thought they were going to make it a mixed tag team match where, the girls would run out, AJ and Vicky would run out, and then you would have John Cena team up with AJ to take on Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero, and they still may do that, next week or the week after before the TLC pay-per-view, but I think we're going to see a mixed tag team match, and maybe maybe we'll have AJ and Vicky Guerrero in a one-on-one at the TLC pay-per-view. They've got a couple weeks where they could do, either a mixed tag team match, they could do the girls match with AJ and Vicky, but it's all going to lead up to Cena and Ziggler in a rematch at the pay-per-view, and they did it on Raw last night. Normally they don't do that, They save the singles match for the actual pay-per-view. That's why you buy the pay-per-view. And they had a good match last night, man. I mean, give it up for Cena last night. He was on his game last night against Ziggler.
It was a good main event. Yeah, I mean, I think clearly the best match on the show was the Rey Mysterio Daniel Bryan match. So that match was great. I thought that match was really good.
A lot of people.
I actually, like I said, I watched we're going to go through Raw, right? Because I got detailed notes on everything on the show, so I can really get into Raw this week with you.
Yeah, we're one of that. You know what? Let me bring this up real quick. People in the chat, I forgot about that. They've got Tamina involved in the angle too. A lot of people brought that up in the chat room. So I mean, they could do Tamina and AJ Lee at the TLC pay-per-view too, if they wanted to keep Vicky Guerrero out of the ring, and that makes more sense to put Tamina in there. And I'm not sold on her yet either, you know what I mean? But we haven't seen much of her. We've only seen, 2 weeks of Tamina, where she was in that backstage segment last week, and then again last night on Raw. So, anyways.
Yeah, well, she had a match last night on Raw.
Right. And the crowd, God, last night the crowd was dead, man, through
That's what I was going to say. That's what I've got in the notes for her match. I didn't have much to say about her match other than the crowd was dead as shit for that whole match. They did not care about that match at all.
Right, and it's the Cajun Dome, too, right? It's supposed to be hot, man. Hot and spicy, right? Cajun?
Spicy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the Cajun Dome, you know what I'm saying? Spice it up a little bit. You know?
Hot damn.
Well, hot damn. All right, so here we go. We kick off the show. There was no pyro this week. We went straight to the ring. Titus O'Neil is already out there. And here's the interesting thing, right? They put Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. They put them on commentary the week before, right? And they had the whole wash rag thing. I think that was it, right? Wash rag.
Yeah.
Titus
He
O'Neil.
was cracking jokes all the time.
Right. Titus O'Neil was gold on the microphone. I mean, he was great on commentary.
He did good, yeah.
Right, he was firing back at Michael Cole. Michael Cole was making jokes and ripping him apart, and Titus O'Neil would fire right back. And then you had Darren Young, who was dead silent, like he was afraid to chime in, man. And even at one point during the commentary, Titus O'Neil even stood up and said, "Say something, dude! Like defend yourself, man. I'm doing all the talking right now." He basically shitted on him when he was on commentary, right? So then the following night, the SmackDown tapings, you got the primetime players, they're there, and Titus O'Neil was in a match, and Darren Young was on commentary. Was it for Saturday Morning Slam or Main Event? Or was it SmackDown? I didn't watch SmackDown last week, but whatever it was, Darren Young was on, commentary. And I think the reason they did that is because he sucked so bad on Monday Night Raw that the following night at the SmackDown tapings, they said, we're going to take Titus O'Neil off the commentary booth, we're going to put him in a match, and you're going to be alone on commentary with whoever's there, and we're going to see how you do without Titus O'Neil there, right? And then, so they do that, and I don't know if he sucked or if he didn't suck last week because I didn't hear it or I didn't see it, but there was no Darren Young on Raw this week. So it was almost like, all right, dude, you came out and you shitted all over the commentary last week. Now you're not on Raw this week. Now you're not even going to be out there with Titus O'Neil during that match. And there was no reason for him to be out there anyway, but there was no Darren Young last week. So it was almost like, boom, you're in the doghouse, man. You suck so bad on commentary for 1 week. You are in the doghouse. You're not on Raw this week. It was just, I don't know. It was interesting that he wasn't there.
It could be. I mean, you never know. I think it was like you said, there's no reason for him to be out there, but
there wasn't.
You never know.
Yeah, there wasn't. So Titus O'Neil, he's already in the ring, right? And then Ryback comes out and opens it up, right? And they have a one-on-one match. Here's the problem. A lot of people
bad match.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? Everybody, I don't know why people are blaming it on Ryback. It's Titus O'Neil. If you've watched any of the primetime players, yo, come on, man. If you've watched any of the primetime players, I knew we were gonna diss it because I saw your notes earlier. You pasted them to me. If you've watched any of the primetime players' matches in recent weeks, they're green, bro. They're not good, man. They're way, way green. Especially Titus O'Neil, man. And they put him in there.
That may be true, but the stuff that I saw in the Ryback Titus O'Neil match was like stuff like Ryback goes to grab him by the head and like he's gonna do something with him and he changes his mind. He just starts
no, I'm not.
His head on the ground a bunch of times. Shit like that. Like it was just dumb shit.
I agree. Ryback's green too, dude. I'm not saying Ryback's a 5-star match worker or anything like that, dude. But Titus O'Neil is very, very green. And then in addition to that, you've got Ryback in there who's still pretty green himself.
He's very, very black.
He's very, very black. So anyway, dude,
that's a good one.
That's a good one. So you got two guys that are green and black and whatever else in there last night, and you're not going to have a great match, but the whole point was Ryback was to go out there and destroy him, and then you had the security come out, who were a bunch of indie guys that came out, and did their whole thing, and then Ryback took them out one by one, and then this is the second week in a row where Ryback got some microphone time, right? Ryback's out there, and he's about to take out all the security guards, and Vicky Guerrero comes out, right? And they go back and forth. Ryback, on the microphone, brother. Come on.
I guess you already saw my notes. You only saw the notes for like the first 3 things, though, by the way. I wrote a small book. You'd be shocked if you were looking at what I'm looking at right now. It's ridiculous.
All right.
That's why I was so pissed at myself all day, and maybe that's why I was doing the WAS, was I spent so much time. I watched every second of running, fast forward the match, nothing. I'm sitting here taking all these notes. I'm ready. I'm hyped up because, when you sleep, when you get the whole day without sleeping, up until about noon, you feel like you're on top of your game. You feel great. Then it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock rolls around. You're like, oh shit!
Yeah, dude. Yo, that's how it was. That's how it was yesterday, man.
By the time 8 o'clock rolls around, your eyes are shut,
right?
On their own and shit. Your brain don't work right. And, I'm sitting here staring at all these notes I spent so much time on, and I'm like, fuck, I'm not even gonna be able to read this shit.
Man,
I spent all the time writing for nothing.
When Raw started last night at 8 o'clock, I said, oh my god, man, 3 hours of Raw and then the post-Raw work. How the fuck am I gonna make take this, man. And
you had been going that yesterday off no sleep all day, so.
Yesterday was it was a good day though, you know. I mean, it was a good day, man, because it was a healthy baby, you know. Anyways,
did you play the Ice Cube song? I had to say it was a good day. Ooh,
the Ice Cube, no, what?
That song, man, the Good Day song. It's a famous song.
I got you perked up a little bit tonight, though. You were tired. You were saying, you know, we're not going to have a good show. I got you going, right?
I'm sitting up right now. I'm rocking back and forth like an old school Mankind. So I'm trying to stay the fuck awake. Right
You don't drink coffee. You got to drink coffee, man.
Nah, I'm not into coffee.
Yeah, I don't know. So, Ryback, listen, on the microphone, dude, this is pretty much the second week. I mean, we saw him in NXT, or whatever it was, the Nexus, or when they were doing the reality show, and it was on the, the Sci-Fi Network, when they had NXT on, and we saw Ryback in the challenges.
What was his name?
His real name's Ryan Reeves, and then in, it was Ryan Reeves, and then his name in NXT was... Yup. Skip Sheffield. Yeah, he did the yup. What it do? Right? What it do? Or something like that, dude. I can't remember the exact thing, but he comes out right, and he cuts this promo last night, and this is the most mic work that we've seen from him in probably forever, unless you're going back to NXT, right? With the new gimmick. I'm telling you, man, if you drop the whole feed me more crap and the whole monster gimmick, right? When you heard him talk last night, and he's got the raspy voice, you didn't think Steve Austin just a little bit, man? That if they were to get rid of the feed me more crap, get rid of the corniness, the big monster, right? And I'm not saying Steve Austin came out, and the way Steve Austin made a name for himself is, you know, that King of the Ring promo where he came out and he just went crazy and he said, I don't give a damn, I don't give a rat's ass, I'll take anybody out. And then he got into the whole Vince McMahon thing, and it was, you know, Steve Austin would shit all over Vince McMahon, didn't give a fuck about authority, etc., right? And he would just come out and he would cut these promos. If Ryback were to come out and he didn't have the feed me more gimmick, and he didn't have all the other, you know, the I'm a big monster, drop all that and make him a badass, you know, I don't give a fuck. I'm not saying go back and do another Steve Austin type thing. But if you wanted to, the potential is there to have him come out and cut a badass promo and basically say, I don't give a fuck about anybody. I'll, you know, and make him the next Steve Austin. You could do it, man.
I mean, you're hung up on the Steve Austin thing. Like, I'll say, I'll agree with you in the sense that if they got rid of the feed me more hokey pokey cartoon, like, one of the things I put in my notes is that he's like a PG-friendly version of Goldberg. He's like a kid-friendly version of Goldberg with the feed me more and the waving his hands up and down and getting everybody to chant for him. And even at the end, he smiled. Like, that was the last thing he did. He had a big smile on his face. Like, he's supposed to be a killing monster. Monsters don't smile. You know, but, yeah, so they took all the hokey-pokey, goofy kid shit out of his stuff. The one thing I did notice when he was cutting his promo was that he had confidence. Like, I wrote
right, he does. He does. And that's what you have to have to...
Oh, yeah, confident facial. I wrote he has confident facials as opposed to that deer in the headlights look, like, kind of like Brock Lesnar gets when he's cutting the promo. Like, he's never sure of what he's about to say next. And you can see it all over his face.
Right.
You know, even though he's a big monster, he looks like a pussy because he looks nervous to talk.
Right.
Ryback looks very comfortable talking. So if they got rid of all the goofy feed me more shit and let him be serious, he'd be a bad motherfucker. And in that respect, yeah, Steve Austin was a bad motherfucker, but he's not Steve Austin level at all.
No, dude, but he's also been on TV for what, a couple of months now, man. And nobody.
He could be good.
When he first,
I don't see the comparison to Austin other than the fact that he's a badass.
When he first came in, I remember just a couple of months ago when Ryback first came in with the whole "Feed Me More" gimmick, and there were people in this chat room that are on him now that like what he's about right now, and me included. I said, I don't like it, man. I don't like the feed me more. I don't like what they're doing here, man. And over the course of a couple of weeks,
it probably reminds you of when you're in the Cockaholics Anonymous. They say feed me more cock, and it's like your anthem, and you're like, it's
this is a good one.
It's a bad memory, man.
Round of applause for Matt Boone. Round of applause. Yay!
Hey, told another cock joke. Everybody give him a big standing ovation.
Oh, that's fucking great, dude. You and your cock, bro. Anyways, listen. There were people in this chat room. None of us, and me included, man, gave this guy a chance, and look where he is now, and it's only a couple of months where he's been on top. And you know what? Don't forget. I
mean, he was always around, and you can always tell, like, okay, he's undefeated, and he's got the look.
You know where he came from?
But, like, overnight, he became something.
No, you know where he came from? John Cena got injured a couple of months ago, and they needed somebody to step up, right? They needed somebody to step up, and CM Punk was in the back, right? And he was fucking with Mick Foley, and then I remember Raw going on.
Kind of, he was walking by.
Right,
I remember that being the point, too. But even before that, Ryback had some momentum. Like, just overnight, he became... like, well, maybe we could go with this guy kind of thing, as opposed to this guy down the line could have potential. It's kind of like, this guy's got potential now, let's see how much he's got.
I really think that if they continue this push, man, and hopefully they do, because you've got to make new stars right now, right? All these new guys, John Cena, they've made John Cena into a star, they've made CM Punk into a star, I guess you could say Sheamus is right there. And they've made Dolph Ziggler's on the verge of becoming a big star. So they're making new stars right now. Ryback, I'm telling you, give this guy a year or two more, and you're gonna see a lot. Much improved in-ring work. He's only going to get better with his promos, and the promo that you guys saw last night, he wasn't stuttering his words. He's right there, man, and I feel like if they push him, and eventually, it's not going to happen overnight, man, but eventually this guy's going to be a mega star in WWE, and I compare him to Steve Austin, and I understand, listen, Steve Austin, The Rock, two of the biggest stars ever in pro wrestling, along with Hulk Hogan. So it's a crazy comparison to make when I'm comparing a guy like Ryback, who's only been on the main roster for a couple of months, to a guy like Steve Austin, who's one of the biggest stars of all time. Give this guy a couple years, man, and I'm telling you, if they keep him at the main event, this guy will be the next big thing in WWE. That's all I'm saying, you know?
Well, the obvious comparison is Goldberg. I still don't see where you get this Austin comparison. But
I get it from the mic work. I get it from the voice that I heard on the microphone last night, where he's got that raspy Steve Austin-like voice.
Okay, so that similar voice too. That's not, a voice is not going to make you the biggest superstar of all time, or the next coming of the biggest superstar of all time. But he has superstar potential, though. I agree with you there. It's just I think they're not doing him any favors by having him lose 3 in a row and having him talk too much when he's not ready. Because that was the other note I made. That he confidently talks and he can cut a promo, but they got him talking for too long, and it kind of exposes his weaknesses. Like he can't really carry a long promo segment.
We have 7 minutes. So what else happened on Raw? Let's highlight the high points. There was a segment with Hornswoggle. Notre Dame, who's going to the national championship, baby. Oh, it's nasty, bro.
When did you become a Notre Dame fan? How the fuck are you a Bills fan and then a Notre Dame fan?
My Buffalo Bills and my Notre Dame, I've been a fan for 20 plus years, man. And
you live in New York, I get the Buffalo thing. Where does Notre Dame come from?
Can you name me one college football team in the state of New York that's a good team, that's ever been a good team besides, Syracuse? Syracuse has got a good basketball team. They've always had a good... Name me one New York State team that's good in college football. You can't. There isn't one.
Yeah, I can't think of college
there's
teams,
there's
I can't
no
really think at all right now.
You cannot name me a college football team in the state of New York, or hell, in the Northeast for that matter, that's any good, dude. They all suck, man. So I've been a Notre Dame fan ever since. Notre Dame's out of Indiana, so I don't know. I've always been a Notre Dame fan. But anyway, we're going to the national champion, and they've got a mascot who looks just like Hornswoggle, man. I noticed it all. I don't know. Anyways.
Oh yeah, the little Irish dude.
Yeah. What do you think about the John Cena and AJ Lee thing, man? They've been making out for the last couple of weeks, and this whole storyline.
I don't know. Let me see what I thought. I forget what I thought. Oh yeah, that didn't. Well, I put up pictures recently of AJ and Jay Lethal. I guess, did they used to date, or are they still dating today?
No, you know what? I saw the photos you put up, and then I put a link on Facebook, right? And I asked people. I said, "Are these new pics?" And a lot of people said that they're a couple of years old.
Yeah, they look old.
And then somebody else came up and said that she used to date Trent Beretta, who is going to be, or no, Trent Beretta. Johnny Curtis is the Fandango. Or Fandango, whatever it is that they're coming up with. But Trent Beretta...
Fandango, yeah.
Fandango, that's what it is. I don't know. I guess they're old. I guess the Jay Lethal picks are old, but they were clearly dating, right? So I don't know. But anyways, and then there were rumors a couple months ago that AJ and John Cena were a real life couple, and we were never able to confirm that, so we never put anything up on the website. But I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised now if they're working together, if he's hitting it, or if they put them together as a result of him hitting it. And
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. And what do you?
I
think
we needed to be talking about the Shield. That was the big thing to me, in my opinion, on Raw. That new 3-man group, Dean Ambrose. What do you think about that as a way to introduce him to the? I mean, immediately in the main event scene in WWE, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins and was it Roman Reigns, the Shield.
Dean Ambrose on the indie scene was known as Dean Ambrose and John Moxley. Seth Rollins was known on the indie scene as Tyler Black, and Roman Reigns, I don't remember him from the indie scene.
I don't either. That was the only one I didn't notice either.
When the last thing he said on that promo last night reminded me a little bit of Scott Hall, man. Something about Scott Hall, and even they brought up the NWO. They said we're not a new NWO. If you want that, go buy the DVD or something like that.
The new DVD.
But I thought the stuff last night was good. It was a good way to introduce them, and I don't know about the Shield as the name of the group. But I mean, listen,
it's too specific to the current storyline. I mean, they're a Shield for Punk or whatever. You know, eventually I think it's going to be obvious that they're going to be aligned with Punk some way and Heyman and all that. But
right. Well, that's where they're going with it.
I think it's obvious as shit that Dean Ambrose is the man. I mean, that dude. Within the first 5 seconds of him talking during that sit down with Michael Cole, I was like, "Yo, that dude's good."
Yeah.
I mean, he's good.
He's always been good.
He can work his ass off too, right?
I know Tyler Black is unbelievable in the ring. I know Dean Ambrose too. I don't know much about Reigns, man. But and
I'm focusing mainly on Ambrose because he had so much hype from the indie scene and working in FCW and shit. I know Triple H is high on him too, so that's going to be good for him.
Tyler's got
he could be a big star, I think.
Tyler's got the lisp. That we talked about. I brought it up a couple times. Or Seth Rollins, I'm sorry. Tyler Black, Seth Rollins. He's got the lisp where he's got the,
Have him and Jack Swagger team up and give him a team name that has like tons of S's in it.
You know what I like about it, bro, is it happens time and time again where they bring these guys up from developmental, from, they call it NXT, used to be Florida Championship Wrestling, FCW. Happens time and time again where they bring these guys up and then they're immediately jobbed out. I like the fact that they brought 3 of their best talents up from NXT and they immediately put them into a main event storyline.
Right out of the gate, they're in the main event picture and they have a prominent role too.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
And it's fresh. It's different. It's not like the same old shit. It's 3 guys. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know whose side they're on, even though it's
you know what the cool thing is? The CM Punk used to work. I mean, I remember the CM Punk versus Tyler Black matches in Ring of Honor, right? And then CM Punk and Dean Ambrose on the indie scene. Like I said, I don't know much about Roman Reigns yet. But I like it, and it seems like they're going to pair him up with CM Punk, right? I mean, they're coming out week after week. With the last Survivor Series, last Monday's Raw, and then this Monday's Raw, they come out, and it seems like they're aligning themselves with Paul Heyman and CM Punk. I don't know, maybe Paul Heyman's paying them off or something like that. Maybe that'll be the culmination of the angle, something like that. But I love the fact that they put them right into a main event spot. They're teaming them up as a group. I thought the stuff with Michael Cole last night was awesome, man. Seems like Roman Reigns is going to be kind of the authority type figure, where he basically cut off Michael Cole.
More actions than words, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and cut
when I have something to say, I'll talk. Whatever.
But I like it, man. I like it, and you got to give him a chance.
I like it a lot too, definitely.
Right.
And I mean, CM Punk, I remember covering last year. He went to Florida Championship Wrestling. And he liked Dean Ambrose. He did like a long 20-minute fucking promo with him.
Right.
Did a match with him. I remember that came on YouTube when I watched it and shit. So like, Dean Ambrose had the thing going with Mick Foley, and now Triple H is on him. He's debuting in this main event segment, and he's got the talent to back up the push he's getting. So he could be like a new player immediately on the scene.
You brought up Foley. Foley came out on Twitter today and said, Dean Ambrose is the next big thing in WWE. He's going to be a star for years and years.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he did. He came out and tweeted it today. So, he put him over. Yeah, so that's good. All right, check it out. We got to go to a commercial break. That hour went by quick, man. Quick. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to put up the rapid fire segment right now.
So what he wants you to do is he wants you to go to Facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR. Once you get there, top post / free rapid fire. And now this week, anybody can leave a rapid fire question or comment, as you mentioned earlier in the show. Keep them brief, keep them wrestling related, and we'll get to as many as we can in hour number 2. Facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR. I don't know how long we'll let you do the Jeopardy thing. I'll wait next time if you want. That could be a new thing.
Be back after this.
Don't forget the...
Here on WZR Radio, Ryan Clark, Matt Boone. We're taking your rapid fire questions, taking live phone calls as well. We'll mix it up, talk a little bit more from Monday Night Raw from last night, and get into whatever else. What are you saying?
I said, you got any tissues? I think I'm going to start crying. Well, we need to play fucking depressing music during the goddamn commercial. Why don't you play something that rocks or something that's fucking banging hip-hop-wise?
I played,
pussy Blink-182 bullshit.
I guess. I played the Blink-182.
I will not surrender.
I mean...
some fucking Metallica or some goddamn... We got that new 50 Cent Eminem song,
Hey,
song I sent you.
It is the official theme song of WrestleMania 29. I was just trying to keep it wrestling, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh my god, what a shitty theme song for WrestleMania. You're serious?
It's the official theme song for WrestleMania. That's what they've been playing, man.
I don't like that at all.
It's the they air that commercial where they show New Jersey and New York City with all the lights and WrestleMania tickets on sale, etc., etc., etc.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
tough. I'll start over.
Oh, man, see, that's a lot better.
Want me to let this rock for a minute? Here. We'll do it. Take two. We'll do it. Take two.
Brock Lesnar in UFC.
With this music?
Yeah, this is what he came out to that one fight.
Did he come out to Metallica? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he came out to understand that.
All right, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
The part where you get
you ready? Ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming.
Here we go.
It's coming. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck?
And we're back. WZR Radio. Matt Boone and Ryan Clark.
That's fucked up. That's funny though.
That is pretty fucked up.
I didn't see that coming. No, but I was gonna,
There. You happy?
You actually helped me replaying that. I couldn't remember what I was going to say, but no, remember back in the days, I was going to say that pussy Blink-182, so remember back in the days with Limp Bizkit, when they had The Rock and Steve Austin?
Yeah.
And this time, I'm going to let it all come out. You remember that music video that they put together?
Yeah, that was awesome.
To promote that WrestleMania? It sticks out in my head for some reason. It's
well,
like
didn't
the coolest fucking video ever.
Taker used to come out to Limp Bizkit with the biker gimmick, right?
Yeah, he came out to keep rolling.
Fred Durst.
And then, they even did a live once for him, I think, at WrestleMania. I think it was the one he did the match with Triple H.
Well, the last time we saw Fred Durst was at Night of Champions when he flipped off the camera. Remember that? You put the photos up on WZR.
Yeah, in the audience.
All right. Yeah. He, I don't know. Limp Bizkit, man. Goddamn. Time flies, you know? Remember Limp Bizkit used to be popular? Whew. Man,
they were the shit, man. It was Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock and all those people were running around. That was still back when the NSYNC was the other half of the music world. It was such a different fucking time.
I know. Get to our live chat room, guys. WZROnline.com. There goes my cell phone. Did you guys hear that? What do we got here? Hold on.
We got a little cell phone call going on over there, or what?
Yeah, this is my sister. Oh, it's a little picture of Jacob. Look at that. Look at him. Look at a boy. Look at a little boy. Waka, 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 waka. Anyways, so, she's coming
back. Are you back with us now?
Yes, I got news during the break. I have to wake some people up that are here, staying here. I got to wake them up at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, but it's okay. What are you going to do, right? Got to be So,
all right.
anyways.
All right.
So, what are we
dude,
doing?
you should plug Shad's documentary. Did you ever get a chance to watch it?
No, I haven't watched it. I watched about the first 3 minutes of it last night, and
yeah, me too. I watched like 2 minutes, and I got fucking held up with something else.
Yeah, I got in contact with him last night, and I put there's a video up on the website. He's got a new web show that he's doing. He is gonna come on here one of these Tuesday nights during the next month or so. I don't know when. It'll probably be random. He'll be on here so that he can plug that, and I'll be posting the web episodes. It's kind of a cool concept that he's got, follows his.
You don't have a little address? Like, where can people go see it, or?
YouTube.com and do a search for Shad Gaspard. I don't know. I have no idea. You can go to WZROnline.com and view the video there. It's probably about 20. It's been a busy day on the websites today, man, but it's probably 20-25 posts down on the website, and you can
25 posts down. You're a fucking animal, dude. Who the fuck posts that much? Jesus H Christ. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I gotta keep,
crazy.
It may be crazy, but you want the top website, if people want.
God damn,
listen,
25, man, we didn't even get the spoilers yet. You're gonna have like 30 some posts today.
No, it usually winds up with about 40 posts a day. Is yeah, but
God damn.
Yeah, but listen, man.
When do you get to the point where it's too much? Is there such a thing?
Well, if it's a busy day, you got to continue on with the news. You know what I'm saying? I mean, here's the deal, dude.
Well,
you gotta
say this: you're a football fan. When you go to a football website, do you read 40 posts?
No, but when you go, listen, if they interest me, listen, when people come to, this is my philosophy, all right? When people come to a pro wrestling website, they're looking for the news. They want the inside dirt, right? If you can provide a website that gives them more news than any other websites, there's a lot of wrestling websites out there.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me, man.
No,
there are a lot.
That's simple math. I'm just saying, is there ever a point where it's overkill, where it's too much? Maybe you could condense 30 posts into like 15 and just make them longer.
You could do that, but then, well, I guess because we're being honest,
well,
it pertains...
Like for this example, you say, to go see the video, it's about 25 posts down. It's like needle in a haystack at that point.
You know damn well about page views and money and things like that, dude. You know, you're playing devil's. You're playing dumb as a motherfucker right now, and you're making me bring up.
Playing the other side of the argument.
There's a reason I spread out the post, folks, and because Boone just brought it up.
I didn't know you'd actually come out and say it, like, oh, it's for money, motherfucker.
I guess what is it, for greed and money, Boone? Is that what it's for? Is that why I spread out the post? You dumb fuck.
I actually wanted to push you to say that. I was just trying to do a little debate going about for money, you stupid fuck, whatever reason.
But no, listen, you're not forced. I mean, you guys can clearly see from the headline title. If you're not interested in the post, simply skip over the post. Sometimes there's UFC posts. If you're not interested in UFC news, don't read the UFC post. You know what I mean? Skip over them. Yeah. I mean, we make the backstage posts, fairly clear. But I just feel like people come, and then the reason, a lot of websites, they don't have photo galleries, and that's part of the reason with WZROnline.com I added a shout box where, I know people can comment inside posts, but I feel like the shout box is a place where people can go, and it's kind of like a live chat. I mean, this live chat room that we have, for the radio show on Tuesday, that's open every single day. If you want to come in here, you guys can get together. If you know each other offline, you can set up a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night chat.
Organize your own stuff.
Organize your own thing. It's open 24 hours a day, 365. So organize your own thing. You guys can come in here anytime you want. You don't have to tell me about it, but it's always here. Just organize something. You guys can do it. And then there's the shout box. And then a lot of websites, they don't have photo galleries. And that's part of the reason why I brought you on board, is to post women galleries, and not just pro wrestling related, but like Hollywood stuff,
and that's just women related, like rare shit. Like, for example, I actually got to put them up still. There's a bunch of pictures of Vince McMahon, like The Miz and R-Truth and some divas over with the military overseas and shit. And getting back to Raw, actually, it's a good segue there. I didn't get to ask you. I guess Vince wasn't at the show this week, right? So this was like a rare show where Vince wasn't at the helm, you know what I mean? Like calling the whole fucking show the whole time.
Yeah, I guess it was quieter and a lot less rewrites too, and you would expect that with
okay,
Vince
so I was
stuff.
going to ask you because I know you talk to people and shit. If you, in your opinion, the good question to ask you, I guess, is since you watch every single week, could you notice a difference in like the style of the show, or like the pacing? Was it faster or slower moving, or the direction of the things? Like, could you tell there was a difference with Vince not being there?
No, it was the same show. I mean, listen, ever since Survivor Series, like I talked about, in hour number 1, I think the product's picked up, man. It's become a little bit more edgy with the, the whole makeout sessions. I mean, they're not the greatest thing to watch, but it's a little bit more edgy. They brought up...
the one last night was awkward, if you ask me. Like, CM Punk, John Cena, like, turned his face, like, he had a look on his face like he was almost disgusted or something. It was weird. Like,
yeah,
he was,
but
smushing her face and like.
Right, and then he came out on Twitter today and said it was a mistake, and I'll keep my personal life out of it. You're right. The one last night did look awkward. The one the week before, they just went on for like 2 minutes.
And they had a big fucking close-up too, so that didn't help.
The week before, where they did like it was like a full-fledged 2-minute makeout session, right? And then John Cena hopped out of the ring. And then he limped up the stage, and I'm thinking, is he faking an injury right now? Because his dick is fucking... Because he's got a huge boner, and he's trying to get to the backstage area? What is going on right now? You know what I mean? And then he came out the following night.
Speaking of what's going on, everybody in the chat saying I didn't watch Raw this week. That's total bullshit. Why? Did I say something that was wrong or something?
No, you watched. I know you watched.
Yeah, John Cena and AJ, the kiss. Yeah, what the fuck are they talking about? I watched every second, motherfuckers.
I don't know.
You got me questioning myself now. Like, wait, did I watch last week or this week?
No, I watch every week. I really think ever since Survivor Series, ever since Linda McMahon's election is over, it's still the PG-rated show. Sort of. I mean, they're getting a little bit more edgy. They actually brought up they had Daniel Bryan backstage in that segment with Kane, and they were doing the voting, and they had all the blue states and then the red states, and, everybody was blue, and then Kane said red for the win or something like that, and that was a clear reference to political, overtures, big words.
Overtures.
Big words, yeah, you like that? I knew you were going to bring that up.
The blue states. Yeah, it's funny with those polls too. Do you think the fans really voted and picked Kane? You know what I mean?
No, Daniel Bryan comes out. Daniel Bryan, they've got there's like I forget what the website name is, like #wars.com or something like that, right? Where you can go and you can see, and Daniel Bryan was well ahead in all the polling from this #wars, right? All those polls are rigged, dude. Come on, they're rigged. Every single one of them.
What else I noticed during Raw? Fucking
You know what it is?
It was the week before Lawler came back, right? So Jim Ross stayed, and then was he on the show last week, or was this the first week he wasn't on doing Raw?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't there last week either, man. Survivor Series, that was it. Yeah. No, he was only there, in place of Jerry Lawler, and then Lawler came back and still had his job there.
Yeah, but he was making the part during the matches. Like the commentary can really add to that and make it more watchable for the television viewer. And Jim Ross was great at that. And I could feel that lacking watching the show last night.
Yeah, no, you definitely can. When JR's not there, you automatically, especially during the main event where, towards the end, the whole build up to the finishing sequence of the main event, and you get Jim Ross and he's screaming, "Oh my God, what?" You know what I mean, dude? And then it just makes the match way more, I guess, I don't know, entertaining for your ears.
It's an easy, it's a better television view, for the television viewers. That's the whole point they're there for. Yeah. Fucking another note I noticed during Raw. One more quick note. During the Rey Mysterio Daniel Bryan match, Jerry Lawler just throws it out. So
Hold on a minute. AMC boy in the chat. Would anybody do Oksana?
I don't get it.
Look at the spelling, man. Look at the spelling. It's not a joke, man. Never mind. That's good, man. That's good. Oksana, man. Oh, man. I'm going to use that. I got to use that somewhere. That's a funny joke. He called her an ox.
Only funny because it's
he called her an ox, man. It's AKSANA, not
I'm aware of that. That's
he
not
called,
that funny.
Called her an ox.
You had me confused. That's not something really funny like that I wasn't getting.
It was.
That's not that funny. What are you laughing that hard for?
That was funny.
You're a retard.
All right, I'm a retard.
He's still an OX instead of AK.
You're such a fucking douchebag, man.
Douchebag.
Oksana. It's funny, man. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk about, dude?
I don't know. It just threw me off. You were laughing your ass off like it was the greatest joke ever told. And I'm sitting there like, am I not getting the joke? Is it just two different letters that sound the same? That was stupid.
It's kind of... It's Ox, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, it's OX, Oksana, you know, AK. Get out of here, AK.
I get it, dude. You should go into commercial selling and shit, because you could really overstill the living shit out of something.
Okay. Oksana. Anyways, let's go to rapid fire. We'll take phone calls. We'll do rapid fire, and we'll go from there. Here we go.
Well, real quick, what raw schooler grade? What would you give it?
C, a solid C, I guess.
C? See, I'd give it a B. I thought it was good.
A B minus?
Some really good matches, good promos and shit, but I think that the 3-hour thing still is too much for me to handle. I think, like, if we get, and it was a B, let's say they cut some of the bullshit, like trim the fat, turn that 3-hour show into a 2-hour show. I think that B turns into an A if they edit that to a 2-hour show.
I'll say
take the best 2 hours.
We'll go C plus, maybe a B minus, somewhere in that range. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think
they need to drop that 3rd hour. It's too much.
It's way too much, dude. And hopefully they do. You know what I mean, dude? But see what happens. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Get there. We'll mix it up, man. We'll do rapid fire, and you guys can call us right now. It's 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. Mix it up. Here we go. Rapid fire. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Everett, Austin III. What do you think of Mark Sanchez running into his lineman's ass on Thanksgiving? Yeah, man. He ran directly into him and then fumbled the ball, I believe. Right, man?
I didn't see the whole Jets game. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he ran directly into the lineman and then fumbled the ball. It was brutal, man. I mean, the Jets are just not a good team. Like I said earlier, fireman Ed quit. And everybody wants Tebow, but I feel like, you know what? If they put Tebow in, and everybody likes to blame the quarterback. You know, it's always the quarterback's fault. Nobody ever thinks about the offensive line and the people that are supposed to be doing the blocking for people like Mark Sanchez. And, you know, they allow sacks and things like that. And I mean, Sanchez has thrown a lot of picks this season, so a lot of the blame is on him too. But I think Tebow would come in. I don't know that he would do any better. You know, Tebow's so inconsistent that you never really know. But yeah, that play was brutal.
Well, you know what they need on to protect the quarterback, they need on the offensive line, they need an ox. Somebody that's as big as an ox. That's my opinion, though.
Yeah.
You get it?
I get the joke. That was a round of applause for Matt Boone. Yay.
Thank you. Take my bow.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up? Yeah. Whoa. That's it? That's all? That was kind of Hey now. Alright, back to our rapid fire. Chris Alcachetti. Sorry about that. Can we still get a shirt, Ryan? What's the address? Yes, man. God, I don't want to give out this address. Send me an email, man. Webmaster@ProWrestlingScoops.com. Webmaster@ProWrestlingScoops.com. And I'll give you a place where you can send it. I need to set up a PO.
Yeah, was that a fart that just called in a second ago?
I think he wanted the prank call with a fart noise or something. I'm not sure what that was, to be honest with you.
Farts are funny, dude. I can't. The same as when you play music. I can't tell what song it is on my cell phone. So
yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know that was a fart. Everybody in the chat saying it was a funny fart noise.
Was it?
I would like to hear that.
It sounded like static to me, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was just noise, but they're saying it was a fart.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I want to say hey to Matt and Ryan, both of you. And Ryan, I agree with you. I think Ryback's going to be huge. I think he's going to be like Austin. But
Yeah, I think so too, man. I mean, just give him time, man. It's not going to happen overnight, and I think that's what people fail to realize is they want it to happen right now. And just you guys, you got to think. I mean, you see him now in the whole "Feed Me More" gimmick and what he's got going on right now, but just picture him in a different gimmick. I mean, take away the current gimmick that he's got right now, and think about him coming out. Put him in the mind of a guy like Steve Austin. Say Ryback were to come out, man. Just think about this for a second, man. Put it in your brain. Say Ryback was to come out, man, and just say, I don't give a shit about anybody.
Put it in your brain, motherfucker. Put it right in your brain.
You know, just think about it. Think about him with a more badass gimmick instead of the whole.
You up.
You know, and I don't know. I just think you give it time.
Put it directly in your motherfucking brain.
Would you shut the fuck up, man? But no, I mean, listen.
What does that mean? Put it in your brain.
Get it in your mindset, bro. You're such a fuck, bro. See what call it. Caller. You see what I deal with every week? This piece of shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, he ought to be replaced. Come on, you need to feed him more to Ryback.
I know. Well, we need to chain the motherfucker to a leash. Chain you to a leash or something, man. Fuck. All right, let's see. Is this the same? Let's see if he can do it again. We'll give him a second chance. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, Colin. Hey, what's up? Listen, I got an idea. What if Punk were to be The Rock at the Royal Rumble, and they would have Punk as champion to like WrestleMania? And then what if Punk were to just magically escape WrestleMania as champion? Do you see him as champion for 2 years?
All right, hold on a minute. So,
no way.
They're gonna do CM Punk versus The Rock at the Royal Rumble, which they are gonna do, right? And then who wins there? The Rock?
No, have Punk win.
Have Punk win.
The Rumble.
Right.
Punk wins at the Rumble. Punk wins at Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
And then at WrestleMania, let's just say it'll be Punk, Rock Lesnar, Punk, Rock Cena, since they want to keep all of them in the main event. What if Punk were to escape?
Well, I to be honest with you, they're doing the whole thing with Bruno Sammartino and Macho Man Randy Savage and the longest reigning WWE champion of all time. Here's the problem. If The Rock comes in, you know, he's going to be there for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. The idea here is you want the WWE title and the world title defended on all live events. Me and Boone have been talking about this, where if The Rock comes in and he wins the title at the Royal Rumble, he's not going to be working house shows. So you would have your world championship over on SmackDown live events, but as far as Raw events, you wouldn't have the title defended if The Rock were to win it at the Royal Rumble because he wouldn't be there. So the idea here is CM Punk would defeat The Rock and then basically go on to WrestleMania, like the caller was saying, and still be WWE champion by that time. To be honest with you, I'm starting to think that CM Punk may be the longest reigning WWE champion of all time. I think they may be going that route.
Dude, you're out of your fucking mind. The longest of all time, that means he's going to be champion for another 7 years.
Who was longest champion? Hogan? Who was
Bruno.
Longest? Oh, Bruno was? No, I thought he's already.
Yeah.
Who I thought they said that he surpassed Bruno.
Bruno Sammartino held it for like 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. Some ridiculous amount of time.
Oh, well, that was a retarded statement that I just made, man. I didn't know it was 7 years.
And Bob Backlund held it for like 4 or 5
Bruno,
years.
Bruno was champion?
That, he's got one more spot he can pass. After that, he'll have to hold the belt for like 2 or 3 years to pass the next person.
So Bruno Sammartino was champion for 7 years?
8, I think it was 8, maybe 7 or 8 years. A long ass fucking time. Yeah, and he had another reign that was like 4 or 5 years. Yeah, a separate reign.
Wow. All right. So they're not going that long.
No.
So who would be behind Bruno? As who's the next guy behind Bruno?
There's Bruno. I put the list up on the post I did while you were at the hospital. There's Bruno. I don't know if it's exactly. There's Bruno. There's Bob Backlund. There's Pedro Morales. I think there's another Hulk Hogan. And then
because they said he surpassed Randy Savage on Raw last night, right?
Yeah. And he passed Randy Savage, and then I guess he can pass Hulk Hogan. There's one more he can pass. After that, it'll. Oh wait, there's a John Cena reign that was 380 days.
No,
so when he passes that, that's it.
Yeah, we're going way back with. I had no idea that Bruno 7 years. Jesus, and they brought up that list on Raw a couple weeks ago. Well, clearly he's not going to be going. He's not going to be going for another 5-6 years. I mean, he said in an interview that he was going to retire in 3 years or something like that. Which, of course, 3 years comes around and you're going to have second thoughts on that. You know what I mean? You know that's the way it always works. People try to leave the wrestling business and they always wind up coming back. You know. So, but I think...
Well, anything anybody loves. I mean, look at Brett Favre in the NFL. Howard Stern was supposed to retire 100 times. He gets a new 5-year deal every time. I mean, nobody ever quits when they're at the top of their game.
So is CM Punk still WWE champion by WrestleMania 29?
No.
He's not.
I don't think so. I think he loses it to The Rock.
You think he loses it to The Rock and then they have Rock just take the title and appear on Raw only?
I don't know. That's the weird part. Because if he does win it at Royal Rumble, forget the house shows and no WWE title match on the house shows. How do they explain it on TV that the WWE champion gets to go from Royal Rumble all the way to WrestleMania without defending the title once?
Well, he could appear.
How could somebody like CM Punk, who would be losing the title to him, not bring up in a promo the famous "you have 30 days to defend your title" clause, and if you don't, you're vacated.
Well, they could do it. They could do a title match on Raw, which rarely happens.
But Rock hasn't agreed to do that, has he? I mean, so far it's just he's doing Rumble and WrestleMania as far as matches.
Right. But he's booked for several Raws, one in Las Vegas, and then another one. Well, he's booked for Raw. I mean, you never know until the day of Raw what's going to be in the creative script. But he's agreed to appear on Raws leading up to WrestleMania. So. Yeah. You would think that, as part of that deal, he would agree to wrestle. I mean, come on, dude. He's not going to say, I'm going to come in and I'm not going to wrestle on Raw, dude. He's going to want to... I mean, the guy's going to come in and do what's asked of him. If he comes in and he gives a big ego, I mean, people already look at him as, a Hollywood-type guy that comes in and is only here and he comes and goes. I don't think he's going to come in with a huge ego and say, well, I'm not going to wrestle on this show. I'm only going to wrestle here. I think he's going to come in and whatever.
I don't think it's a matter of ego as much as it is insurance. I mean, the guy's a big movie star and he doesn't need this shit, and he almost, he fucked his leg up in the match with Cena at WrestleMania.
I'm sure.
Telling anybody about it for a while.
I'm sure the contract.
He got his neck broken with that leg drop off the top, too. I mean... You gotta understand, I'm sure if he was planning on wrestling more than 2 times, we would have heard something by now. I mean, and if he does, it would be like once on a Raw. So even still, how would he get from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania with like one TV title defense and no more in between? Like, it just doesn't seem feasible.
It really doesn't. It doesn't seem like he would win the title at the Royal Rumble. So with that being said, at the Royal Rumble you would have CM Punk's title reign continue, and then you've only got 2 pay-per-views, and I don't think they would do a title change right before WrestleMania. Why would they do a title change right before WrestleMania, man? They would at least continue it. I think come WrestleMania, CM Punk's still WWE champion.
I don't see how they could have The Rock come back and lose his first match back. They just did that with Brock Lesnar. It was a huge mistake. I don't see why they would do it with The Rock. But the list of the longest title reigns. Somebody just posted in the chat for us. The first place is Bruno Sammartino with 2,803 days. Second place is Bob Backlund with 2,135. Third place, Hulk Hogan with 1,474.
Right.
Fourth place, another Bruno Sammartino, 1,237. Fifth place, Pedro Morales, 1,027. And then John Cena is 380 days. That's the one Punk's about to pass. After that, he's not getting up to 1,000.
All right. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Actually, never mind. You guys already answered my question. I was going to say that if CM Punk surpasses John Cena, he's going to be the longest reigning champion in the past 25 years. But after that,
that's a good everybody else. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because Hogan would be the only guy that's even of any era that anybody living remembered. Nobody remembers Bruno Sammartino era, Bob Backlund era. He'd have to be old as shit.
All right, let me ask you this. You ready for this? Let me bring up a different scenario. All right, CM Punk goes and he faces The Rock at the Royal Rumble. We know that's going to happen. Rock's already pretty much confirmed that. CM Punk confirmed it at a Thanksgiving Day parade, right? You're talking about eras and ending eras and things like that. Let's say CM Punk goes into WrestleMania as WWE champion. The Undertaker returns. You want to talk about ending eras? You have CM Punk's title reign on the line against The Undertaker's undefeated streak. Taker wins the title, continues the streak there, and then would go on.
That would be badass. Yeah, I would like that. With The Undertaker now, really the only 2 things I can see is the CM Punk with the title against the streak, or Brock Lesnar with that real life fight they have, and the fact that Lesnar is a legit UFC champion, et cetera, et cetera. Because otherwise, how would you buy that anybody's a threat to that streak? That you would never believe anybody's going over Undertaker, but they might be able to convince you with good storylines and shit, and maybe some leaking backstage news that Undertaker wants to pass the torch, and then you could believe that Punk or Lesnar. Anybody else? I don't know.
Well, and we always talk about Taker passing the torch. I don't think the Undertaker streak at WrestleMania ever ends. I'm hell bent.
I agree with you with this. I agree with you.
But keep in mind,
I never did before. I thought he was the kind of guy that would give that rub to somebody finally when it's all said and done. But I think you're right. That's just something that's bigger than him.
Well, they
can't break that streak.
They could put his title reign, like I said, CM Punk's title reign against Taker's streak. But the problem with that is if Taker was to come in and basically put an end to the era of CM Punk's title reign, Taker's not going to be back to work a full-time schedule. I mean, the guy's, basically on a special appearance type deal where he'll appear at major pay-per-views here and there. So that would lead to Taker winning the title at WrestleMania. And then what? Would he drop it at the following pay-per-view? I mean, I would guess that if he were to win...
maybe he'd have a little run where he just defended on pay-per-views. You never know. I mean... You never know. I mean, they could, and that would be another lure to be like the build to the match, knowing that all right, well, Undertaker's not losing, and it's for the title, and his streak's on the line, but it's for the title, and he's not losing, so Undertaker's about to have another title run. Like, that'd be a reason to watch there too.
Winners Lair says Taker wins the title and then retires as champion. I mean
I like that too.
Right, that'd be a good way to go out. And not only that, but this would be 20-0, right, at WrestleMania, right, or 21-0. Is it 20-0 this year?
It's like 26-0. Isn't
no. It'd be
21. Oh yeah, because he just had the 20-0 DVD, so it would be 21-0.
All right, so it'd be 21. See, 20-0 would sound better. I mean, anything in O sounds good. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I mean, that'd be a good way
to do it. As long as the O doesn't go.
Right. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, what do you guys think? When do you think Dolph Ziggler's going to cash in? I can't stand Big Show as champion. You think either Big Show drops the title to Sheamus and then Ziggler cashes in? I mean, I just like Big Show and I can't stand him as champion. When do you guys see Dolph Ziggler
They were talking about at Raw yesterday about that. Remember we were talking about the Cena and Ziggler match. They were talking about a stipulation being put on the line with Dolph Ziggler's briefcase on the line against Vicky Guerrero's job. Hopefully, I mean, listen. Hopefully they don't go that route. You know what I mean? But they would have to do it. You would think that they're not going to do it the pay-per-view right before the WrestleMania. He's got until WrestleMania to cash in, right? So you would think at TLC or maybe the Royal Rumble. That would be. You've got to do. You can't do it at the February or March pay-per-view. It's you got to have a solid champion going into WrestleMania. They could do it at
Elimination Chamber, but then he would go into WrestleMania as champion, and I don't think they would do that.
You got to.
What do you think? Well, let's put it this way. Okay, so we'll either have Rock, Cena, and Punk. That would be the WWE title match. One combination of those three. What about the World Heavyweight title? Who do you see defending and holding that title at WrestleMania?
Well, I feel like you have to have a set champion when you're going into WrestleMania,
Orton,
right?
Barrett, who? Big Show, Sheamus.
Sheamus is going to be in the title picture. Big Show is going to be there, and Zig. I mean, I would say I don't know. I would say the Royal. I thought they were going to do it at Survivor Series when they had when Sheamus was out there and he had the chair on Big Show, right? He was just pounding the shit out of him, right? And I'm thinking Ziggler's going to come out right now, and on the stage, he's going to hit the zigzag finisher, bang, pin him on the stage right there, and win the title. It would have been the perfect opportunity to do it.
You say he beat him down with a chair. Did you see Big Show last night try and break apart that chair and look like a fucking complete goof?
Yeah.
Dude, he screwed up big time, man. He's like trying to rip the chair apart and he almost drops it. And then he tries to punch through it and he barely even makes contact with it. It looks so fucking pitiful, dude.
Well, think about this. I mean, they're going to do a chair match, right? They're going to do the rematch between Sheamus and Big Show at TLC, and that's a chair match. So they could have. I mean, think about the way that a chair match would end, right? Somebody's going to get pummeled with a chair. And probably...
I thought they can't do chair shots to the head anymore in WWE.
But it's a little bit more edgy, man. Like I've been telling, the last couple of weeks have been edgy. Plus, you're on pay-per-view.
You know, not. I thought it's like illegal. Like it's against their rating now.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. You could take out the legs, man. You don't have to do headshots, man. But you could do body shots, right? Think about the way that match will end at TLC. Let's think about this, right?
So it's a chair match where it ends when you get hit in the body with a chair. That's lame as shit.
Well, the guy can't get up off the ground. If you keep hitting him over the knee with a chair over and over and over, the guy can't get up, and he says, all right, enough. And then Dolph Ziggler comes out, and while the guy's down, can't get up, come out for the pin and win it there. You could do it there. You could do it at the Royal Rumble. But think about the way that Sheamus and Big Show has to end. It's got to end with something to do with chairs, and that would be an opportunity.
That's a cool one. Look at Flame Styles coming in the chat. That'd be a great finish with the chair.
Yeah, bro kick. With the
bro
chair.
Kick with the chair. He kicks the chair into his face or something. That'd be a great finish. And he'd use the chair too.
I don't know, and that would be the way to do it, because then your next pay-per-view after TLC is the Royal Rumble, so you would go in with Dolph Ziggler as WWE champ. Don't forget that the Royal Rumble winner normally gets a title shot. I don't think they did that last year, did they? Though,
I don't remember. Did they do that? I don't remember them doing that last year.
Somebody won the. I don't. Somebody in the Royal Rumble, the winner of the Royal Rumble last year, did not go on to WrestleMania to main event and for the title. Did they? I don't think so.
Because Del Rio won the Royal Rumble.
Sheamus.
And I was saying Sheamus.
You see, you guys are smarter. You guys are good with history in the chat. So Sheamus won the Royal. All right, so he did go on. See, the Royal Rumble winner normally goes on to WrestleMania and gets a title shot there. And we'll see if
Sheamus went into WrestleMania and kicked Daniel Bryan in the face in like 10 seconds and took the title from him, and he won the Royal Rumble.
That's right. You're right. They're right. I don't know. All right. I don't know.
So he's got to cash in before WrestleMania. Otherwise, it's like all these people with guaranteed title shots running around. If everybody's got a guaranteed title shot don't mean shit.
Well, and then Ziggler could lose. I mean, think about this, man. Ziggler could lose at TLC if they put a stipulation, and he loses his Money in the Bank contract. You know what I mean? Think about that. They don't have to. Ziggler may not cash in. Ziggler may wind up losing this briefcase at TLC, and that's the end of that. So. Who knows, man? Things are constantly... I don't even think WWE knows, Caller, you're live on WZR Radio.
What's up? Positive they don't. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, real quick. I called a little earlier, but I got one other question for you. How many more times do you think Vince is going to screw Kane out of winning the Royal Rumble?
Oh, man. Remember they used to do the thing at WrestleMania with
his gimmick is that he eliminates hell of people, but then he never wins.
Yeah, that'll continue. Remember they used to do the thing at WrestleMania every year with Pete Rose. Pete Rose would come out and take a choke slam, right? Every year. All right, let's
into that.
Let's do some rapid fire. We got to remember rapid fire, right? Rapid. So here we go. Lewis Daw. Who will be WWE champion first out of these people? Cody Rhodes, Sandow, Barrett, or Cesaro? WWE champion.
Barrett.
I think they're high on Sandow. I think Sandow, man. I know that's going to sound like a shot.
Sandow is champion over Barrett?
No, I think Barrett. You're probably right with Barrett, but I'll play devil's advocate and say Sandow just because they're high on him, and we'll see what happens. All
right, you say Sandow. I say Barrett.
You're probably right with Barrett. Why you gotta call me a motherfucker, dude? What's that all about? You got like an exclamation point right on the end, motherfucker. Get out of here.
Well, fucking verbal emphasis, motherfucker. Goddamn Wade Barrett pick over here.
Peter Petrov, who has the most potential to succeed as a single guy from the Shield? Like Boone said earlier, probably Dean Ambrose.
Gotta be Dean Ambrose. I mean, we've only seen very little from him individually so far, but I think Ambrose shined. I think he stood out.
Daniel Oliver Pepin, Vendetta deserved one more producing night. One more time. Am I not good? Do I suck?
What happened? What's going on? Vendetta producing, what'd you say?
I'm not a good producer? Am I bad? I'm bad at
this. You're doing fine, right? I mean, we're on the air every week. No problem.
I get us on here every week. You can come back for 1 week if you want. We'll bring you back. Dylan Fryman, the Shield or the Aces and Eights? The Shield.
I was thinking that. That's part of my notes, too, that the Shield kind of seemed like an Aces and Eights thing, which is funny because they're also doing the Cena-AJ thing, which is kind of like the Claire Lynch thing. It's pretty weird.
Well, let's think about it.
TNA.
Let's think about it, dude. In the Shield, you've got two of the best indie workers in Tyler Black and Dean Ambrose, right? And then in the Aces and Eights, we've got Mike Knox, we've got Luke Gallows, we've got Garrett Bischoff. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with the Shield, man.
Oh yeah, as far as who's better, obviously the Shield. But I'm just saying, like, I think they're similar just because they both wear black and they attack the ring and they're mysterious. You don't really know what's going on with them yet, that kind of thing. And then they got the AJ Cena thing coinciding with the Claire Lynch thing. It seems like WWE's just jacking all TNA shit these days.
Jason Beck. Oh, well, with WWE, that opening thing that they do every week, tonight on Monday Night Raw.
That's blatant, yeah.
Yeah. Jason Beck, you see Marvel/Disney having issues with the whole S.H.I.E.L.D. storyline. Is there a movie, The S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Was there a comic book character called The Shield? I know there was that TV show, that little fat bald guy. Like a police officer or something.
I don't know what, Avengers? Something? In the chat, help me out. I don't know.
Somebody that's a comic book nerd. We need help.
They probably have.
There you go. Shield is the group in Avengers. All right. So,
nerds.
Yeah, I want to hear you got to get a clip of Conan O'Brien doing that.
Did you call him? Wait a minute. Did you call him Conan? You called him Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien. It's Conan. Conan's the wrestler, bro.
It's the Florida accent. How about that?
He blames it on the accent. That's a good one, bro.
Florida accent, motherfucker. I'm using that.
That's a good one. That's a good excuse, man. When all else fails, use the state accent.
Blame the accent.
Get out of here. All right, Groove Matter, Justin Nesser. Do you think WWE will use the Shield in the right way? Do you think Ambrose, Rollins, and the other guys should have stood in ROH or went to TNA? I mean, listen, man. They're for these guys. They were a couple of weeks ago. They were in NXT waiting for the call up, and they brought these guys up and they put them right into a main event slot. So, are they using them?
The way WWE is these days, I just pray to God because they actually got a cool look. They all talk cool and everything like that. I hope they don't actually literally make them carry shields to the ring or something fucking corny like that.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me if one week they come out holding shields.
Well, they had bulletproof.
Well, the Shield. Shield.
No, they had bulletproof vests or something on last night, didn't they?
Yeah, was that bulletproof vest? I was wondering if it was just a leather vest or bulletproof vest. I was trying to check that out myself.
Yeah, it looked like a bulletproof vest or something that they were wearing. Groove Medic, will Foley Ambrose ever happen, you think? I don't think so, man. I think Foley is done wrestling.
I don't think he's wrestling anymore.
Yeah, we put up a report. Foley's pretty much done wrestling. He really can't work a full match anymore. Guys, people age, can't be around forever.
Oh, and that guy killed his body too. I mean, he aged quick. He was old at 30, let alone now. Shit.
Christopher Brown, now that there's no legal roadblocks preventing ex-TNA talents from signing with WWE, where the hell is Flair to save us from Vicky? Here's the deal. We put it up on the website that Christopher Brown's right. There are no legal roadblocks, and there never have been. Nothing has changed. We've been telling you guys that for months, that WWE can go out. They can sign Alex Shelley. They can sign Ric Flair. They can sign all these guys from TNA. The problem is in a lawsuit, when there's an ongoing lawsuit, if they go out and they sign these guys right now, TNA is going to go into court and say, see, we told you, they're raiding our talent, they're taking our talent, and they've signed these guys. So WWE is waiting for this whole lawsuit to end, then to bring these guys over and to put them under WWE contract. That's why they're not there. Nothing has changed. It's the exact same. It's basically at a standstill, and that's where it's at. And that's the reason, is WWE wants to look good in court, obviously wants to win this lawsuit, and by signing these guys, it doesn't make them look good,
It helps TNA's case, I guess.
Exactly. Brian Bartone, do you think Sting has one last title run in him before retirement? Sting says every year that he's going to retire, and somehow Dixie Carter convinces him to come back, What
a tragedy it is. I was thinking about that the other day, that guy never went to WWE his whole career. The only guy that never really went. He stayed WCW, then he went TNA. I think he would have been huge in WWE if he would have went in the late 90s when he was really hot. He would have been a huge fucking deal.
You think he ever winds up in WWE? He's not going to work a full-time schedule for WWE house
I don't
shows.
see him. I don't see it ever happening.
No?
I don't think he'll ever go to WWE. No, I think he's got maybe another year left in him, and he's done in general anyway. And he can't work that WWE schedule, and he certainly can't keep up with their ring work right now.
So to answer Brian's question, one last title reign in TNA, I guess he's saying? Yeah, probably. Right?
Maybe. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Vinny Hernandez, Rosa Mendez, or AJ Lee? AJ Lee.
What was the question?
Rosa Mendez or AJ Lee? Who'd you do?
Oh, AJ. We should do F, Marry, Kill. You know what F, Marry, Kill is?
F, Marry, Kill? What?
Yeah, you gotta fuck one, you gotta marry one, you gotta kill one.
Okay.
So we'll do Stephanie McMahon, we'll do AJ, and we'll do Kelly. Those three. You gotta fuck one, marry one, kill one. Go ahead.
Steph, AJ, and Kelly. Let me type this out. All right. So I gotta fuck one. Hold on. I gotta marry and what?
Kill.
And kill.
You gotta kill one. You gotta marry one. You gotta fuck one. I'd say I marry Stephanie.
No.
Money and 50. Fucking hot shit.
Well, wait a minute. See, Stephanie's a bitch, man. So if you married her, you'd have to deal with that bitchy attitude all the time. And
you'd be the one taming that bitch when the fucking lights go out, and she's got all the goddamn money, and she's hot as shit, and you could run the whole fucking company, like Triple H is gonna be doing.
No, I think I'd kill Steph. I'd kill her off. I think I'd fuck Kelly, and I think I'd marry AJ. AJ's a cool chick. She seems like she's a cool, outgoing chick. Kelly, we know.
I marry Stephanie McMahon for the reasons I just said. The money, the looks, and she's hot.
All about the money.
I fuck AJ, and then I kill Kelly because she's a fucking dirty whore that fucks everybody anyway. So fuck her.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna kill Stephanie McMahon because she's got the attitude. I think AJ's a cool chick, so I'm gonna marry her, and I'm just gonna fuck Kelly just because she's a big slut, like you said. Right? That sounds about right. I don't know.
Well, that was my rapid fire question. All right, what else we got?
Okay. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
What the fuck are you doing?
Liam Widows, you said, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Well, answer it. Don't just repeat the question over and over again. I mean, how much wood could this fucking woodchuck chuck if the woodchuck could chuck wood? Like 4 logs?
You tell me. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Well, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, then I guess a woodchuck would chuck about like 10 logs.
Can a woodchuck?
That's my opinion.
Can a woodchuck chuck wood?
Well, I mean, according to the question, I guess we're in a fairy tale where a woodchuck can chuck wood. So if a woodchuck can chuck wood in those circumstances, how much wood would that woodchuck be chucking? I say like 10 logs. That's just my opinion, though. Well, I mean, in your opinion, how much wood?
Yeah, I'm gonna say only 2.
Fuck off.
I'm gonna say 2 logs, man. Maybe 7
logs.
7.5 logs.
That was hard to keep going, bro. I can barely even speak right now, and I kept that woodchuck shit going. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's a good one. Louis Daw. Why is there
I had to turn it into something. You just kept repeating the goddamn question over and over again with no joke.
Why is there no major British wrestling company on television over here when there is many fans? You would have to ask the promoters out there, man. Nobody. 1PW.
Isn't IPW? IPW is supposed to be like a big deal over there.
There's not a major wrestling company over there. I mean, like a WWE or a TNA or something like that. It's more indie federations over there. But there's never really like Mexico has AAA and all the other ones, CMLL. And, Japan has New Japan Pro Wrestling and All Japan. Yeah, I mean, and the UK really doesn't. It's a good question that he brings up. Scott Merritt. How do you think creative are going to fit Brock Lesnar back into the scene with Heyman now that he is heavily involved with CM Punk? That'll be an interesting question, man. And the Shield, too. We'll see.
That's what I mean. It might be a whole power group going. Brock Lesnar and CM Punk and the Shield. I just don't see how Lesnar and Punk would be able to, because they both got to be the top guy. And then if they're in a group together, one guy's going to be seen as a bigger deal than the other guy,
They could do CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman in the middle at WrestleMania? Something like that.
Or Paul Heyman screws one of them over and then picks sides with one. Yeah, Punk turns babyface though.
That could be a
WrestleMania. Do that?
That could be a WrestleMania angle. That takes my whole Taker thing out of the question.
I'm really excited to see when WrestleMania time gets rolling around. Where the storylines go? Like, who's Rock going to be wrestling? Who's Punk? Who's Undertaker going to be wrestling? Who's Lesnar going to be wrestling? Like, there's all these questions, and I want to fucking hurry up and figure out who it is. You know, I want to start getting pumped up for it.
We'll know way more after the Royal Rumble. As soon as the Royal Rumble pay-per-view's over,
yeah,
I think everything's going to be set in stone, or will start to be. You know, we'll start the build.
That's our checkpoint. Yeah.
Thomas Suzuka. Lesnar to lead the Shield with Heyman and screw over Punk. That's what Boone just brought up, you know. Lesnar could come back. Well, you semi-brought that up. You know, Lesnar could come, side with Heyman, and then they screw over Punk. Heyman screws over one of them, Punk or Lesnar.
Heyman picks sides with one of them, screws over because they can't be in the same group because one person would be viewed as a bigger deal than the other, and they both got to be viewed as big deals. So
exactly.
That would be like demoting one of the guys, you know.
Iggy Apathy. Why is Matt Boone such a pussy?
Why is your mother a fucking dirty cunt bitch? You know, it's all relative. What are you asking me that kind of question for? Get out of my face.
Why is your name Iggy Apathy? Sean Smith.
Yeah.
How many ex-ROH stars work for WWE, and who are they? How many ex-ROH stars work for WWE? Jesus, man. Tyler.
There's a lot now, isn't there? Like, if you really stop and think about it, guys who at least pass through our Ring of Honor.
Top guys: Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Seth Rollins is in there now. Rygow in the chat, where are you? Has Ambrose ever been for Ring of Honor? I know he's been with Evolve and Shikara.
You got Cesaro, you got Tyler Black,
where's
you got
Rygow?
Daniel Bryan, you got CM Punk, there's a bunch of them, dude.
Rygow, where are you, brother? He knows his Chris Hero is in there too.
I think Rygow's taking a shit.
Ambrose was definitely Dragon Gate USA and Evolve and promotions like that. I know that. I don't think Ambrose was ever in Evan Bourne's another one. Matt Sydal in Ring of Honor. Like Boone said, there's a bunch of them, man. Jeffrey Covington, how much a year does a WWE superstar make compared to a TNA one? Brother, it all depends, man. A guy like John Cena, top merchandise seller on pay-per-views. It all depends on pay-per-view bonuses. It depends on merchandise sales. A mid-card guy, you're talking a guy like a JTG or a Kurt Hawkins or somebody like that, Yoshitatsu. You're only talking $70,000, $80,000 a year. That doesn't include travel. But then again, they get pay-per-view bonuses when they're used. Look at the TNA side of things. How much do you think Kurt Angle makes? He's a top guy, and if he doesn't make, I mean, if it's that much more in WWE, you would think Kurt Angle would have gone back to WWE to make that money. He obviously has a good deal in TNA, so how much do you think a top guy in TNA makes? Somebody like Kurt Angle. I'd say Kurt in TNA probably makes close to 100.
100 what?
100 grand.
Oh, he's got to make way more than 100 grand.
I don't think. No, I don't think so, man. Not in TNA. Dude.
Oh, dude, there's no way he doesn't make. He's got to make at least $500,000 a year.
Dude, they're paying. Dude, TNA's paying talents on a week-to-week basis. Some of their mid-card guys, man, they're not even on the payroll, man. They pay them. They fly them in when they want to use them.
They probably gave him some points in the company then or some shit. He's got to. No matter what, his fucking salary's got to come out to about $500,000.
I don't think Kurt makes that much, dude. I would say maybe 200,000. 100, 200,000 tops. Yeah. Dude, TNA, come on, bro. TNA is not that multi-billion-dollar company that WWE is. I know they've got a lot of money invested with Panda Energy, etc., dude.
Yeah, but Angle's not a complete mark. If he could go to WWE and make $1 million a year, or go to TNA and make $100,000 a year, why the hell would he not have gone to WWE?
Because he wasn't. The reason he left WWE was because he wasn't satisfied. Not only that, but look at the guy, man. And the guy's a pillhead. It still is. You know what I mean, dude?
Okay, the guy can't. He could be a pillhead making $1 million a year. He could be a pillhead making $100,000 a year. Why the hell would he want to be a pillhead making $100,000 a year?
Does WWE have a drug testing policy? Does TNA not have a drug testing policy, man? Was Kurt Angle pissed off when he left WWE? He went to TNA, right? There's a reason Kurt Angle left WWE, man. I'd say a guy like Sting, I'm sure he's being paid maybe close to $500,000, but a guy like Kurt Angle, I no, man, he's probably one.
I think Kurt Angle got a sweet deal. That's what I think.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Wow, it's 10:02.
It is 10:02.
Wow. You want to go for a minute? There's a lot of these still to go.
Keep going.
All right, we're gonna stick around. You guys want to stick around in the chat room? we'll stick around for a little. We'll keep answering these rapid fire. If you gotta leave, you gotta leave. If not, we're gonna stick around for another.
Well, do we gotta check for spoilers? I mean, we're not conflicting with anything, are we?
No. It's not. It's a very quiet night on the website. So I mean, I've got.
Let's get some motherfucking rapid fire.
They are
get loud on this.
SmackDown's on a 1 hour delay, I believe, tonight. I have main event and Saturday Morning Slam. If you want me to give those, I can give those real quick, and then we'll go back to
the main event was what did they announced it on Raw? It was going to be.
They were one of the guys that worked security last night. Luke Hawks came out. Security guards were out there with Ryback. He worked a dark match. Santino Marella defeated him, and then John Cena.
Cena versus Sandow.
Yeah,
Sandow.
Cena defeated Sandow. It went 15 minutes. So Damian Sandow cut a promo while he came to the ring using the big words like he normally does, and Cena eventually came out. Same shit from Cena. Sandow went and reversed an attitude adjustment. Cena made him tap out, and that was that. And then the other match on main event was Antonio Cesaro defeated Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder jobbed out again. This went about 10 minutes. So you had a 15-minute match with Cena and Sandow, and then about a 10-minute match with Ryder and Cesaro. Cesaro picked up the win here. And after that match was over, Cesaro cut a promo about being the best WWE champ in history. Kofi Kingston comes out and challenges him to a match for main event next week. So next week it's going to be Cesaro and Kofi Kingston to headline the show. And then for Saturday Morning Slam, which absolutely nobody cares about, Kane defeated Jinder Mahal. McIntyre and Heath Slater were out there. The 3MB group, who I just said were out there, tried to ambush Kane. Daniel Bryan came out, made the save, and Kane picked up the win with the chokeslam. And then that led us into a match with Daniel Bryan and Heath Slater. So it's basically Team Hell No and 3MB are the entire show for Saturday Morning Slam. Daniel Bryan defeated Heath Slater. Daniel Bryan made him tap out with the no-lock in what was said to have been a pretty good match. WWE SmackDown tapings are just now starting. So before we go off the air here tonight, we'll give you those. Alright, back to rap. We got about 20 more rapid fire questions, then we'll get out of here. We'll let you guys, I know it's late in the United Kingdom, a lot of people listening from over there, so we'll let you guys go to bed. Sleep is a good thing, right, Boone?
Oh my dear God, it's going to be great. I'm going to sleep like a little baby tonight.
I am too, bro. I got to be awake at 6 o'clock tomorrow. I got to wake some people up that are sleeping here tonight, but I'm going back to bed, dude. As soon as I get up, I'm going right back to bed tomorrow. Alright, Emilio Manuel Malav, Punk beats Rock at the Royal Rumble. Alright, Punk beats Rock at the Royal Rumble, so he retains. At Elimination Chamber, Punk, Rock, Lesnar, Cena, Ryback, Taker as a team. Lesnar versus Punk versus Rock for the title, while Taker faces Cena. Man, that's complicated, dude.
Yeah, I can't follow all that. That's too much to follow.
Yeah, that's...
No, I don't see them loading up Elimination Chamber with all those fucking guys anyway. Lester doesn't have that many matches. He's only got one match left, right? So
yeah, we got. You know what I was thinking? We got to give him a little extra time tonight because we missed last week. You know, this is your bonus for me fucking up and missing last week. You know, that's what we're doing tonight. All right, Mike. That's what this is. Mike McGrath, Brian, Bob Dylan or Neil Young? Oh, Bob Dylan, brother.
I have no pick. I think they both suck.
Come on, dude. Bob Dylan? Come on.
Well, that's not my kind of music. It's garbage. My name's Bob Dylan. I say loud things, and I keep on talking in this kind of voice, and then it keeps going. I don't like Bob Dylan.
Better Than You. What is the best wrestling school to go to? I'll tell you something. Tom Pritchard, who used to head up WWE Developmental, is going to be opening a school down in... Oh, help me out. Memphis, Tennessee, somewhere in Tennessee. Somebody in the chat room, help me out. We just put this up. He sent me a press release. It came in my mail. I can check my inbox. Tom sent a press release out to all of us. Oh, God. I would say Tom Pritchard, though. He's the guy that knows. If you want to make it to WWE, bro, he knows how to make it there, and he knows what you need to make it there, as he's been the head of WWE Developmental for years and years and years. But it is down south somewhere, I believe in Tennessee, man. You can email me, webmasterprowrestlingsoup.com, and I can send you the press release if you want. Jordan the Champ, Pabio, you think Brad Maddox will end up joining the Shield? I think Brad Maddox is done, man. I think that was one and off.
It wouldn't surprise me if he popped up in the Shield, but yeah, I don't know. I see it being like we said earlier, like a Heyman, Punk, in the Shield, or even Lesnar and Screwjob somewhere in there. Or something. I don't see Maddox fitting in there, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's dealt with Heyman and Punk before, so.
Tommy Mahesh, when is Big John Laurinaitis coming back? I need some more promos. You need more promos from him. What are you, crazy, bro? What are you, crazy? John Laurinaitis.
Oh, my God. Tonight on WWE, Monday Night Raw.
He always started out the...
Championship.
He always started out the promos. My name is John Laurinaitis, and I am the head of WWE.
My name is Mr. John Laurinaitis, and I am your general manager. Yeah. He was a trip sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he was too much. Other times he was the perfect.
Him and Vicky Guerrero got that heat where you're just like, man, oh man, oh man. I mean, they can't hear themselves.
I think the Vicky Guerrero thing is just as played as the Johnny Ace thing became. I mean, she just says basically it's just excuse me at this point. Other than that, it's just a screechy voice that it's played out.
You know what really fucks me up on this rapid fire segment? It's people that don't listen to the show, right? And I submit all these questions. I go out and I ask people, submit questions, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then the people that aren't listening to the show, they answer the questions for the people. You know what I'm saying? It just fucks me up.
I don't know what the answer to that one, sir. 2 + 2 is 4.
I mean, like this guy, Randy the...
Douchebag. We're asking for radio questions.
Right?
2 + 2 is 4.
Like this guy, Randy the DJ. It says, young. What do you mean young? And then a couple posts down it says yes, and they will throw up 4 fingers. Yes, and they will throw up. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? We got
throw up 4 fingers. Is that what you said?
That's what he said.
Oh, that means they're talking about when the Shield joins forces with somebody, they'll throw up 4 fingers like to the 4 horsemen.
Clearly, but he's answering somebody's question from. Or
it seems like to me like he's making a joke, like he's trying to be funny.
He's replying to. Get out of here, dude. Chase Kramer. How long till Ryback gets the strap? They were thinking about it at Survivor Series. I mean, he's in a position with CM Punk right now. We were just talking about it. CM Punk probably going to go to WrestleMania with the WWE title as things stand right now. So
I don't think he is.
I think he's WrestleMania. I think he's WWE champion at WrestleMania. I
think he loses to The Rock at Royal Rumble. That's my prediction.
Yeah, but we brought up the house show thing. How are they gonna,
I didn't change my opinion just because of that. I think someone, one way or the other, because just to this point, I don't see The Rock losing his first match back for the title. I think he wins.
Okay. David Abbs. That's way too long, brother. I'm not reading that. Steve Tourette. That's a disease.
Like Brett syndrome? Yeah. Remember Goldust?
Yeah, dude. It's not. I butchered it. Torcate is his name. I'm sorry, dude. Did you enjoy the WWE Soup episode? No. You know what? I got an email a couple of weeks ago. No, but I got an email a couple of weeks ago from somebody that represented E! The TV station where the soup airs, and they said, can we get an email contact to send you guys press releases? And I'm like, what are they doing, man? And then it came out that WWE was going to do a soup show, and they sent me all these previews. It
was on USA Network, not E!
It was on E! It was on the
E! Was it? Because they aired it on USA Network. It said after Raw it would be the soup with the WWE guys, right?
Yeah, but I think they plugged it on the E! Network. The USA Network wouldn't have that.
Yeah, I remember thinking when I saw the commercial that the show used to be on E! Because that's when I watched Howard Stern. There would always be commercials for soup. Or Talk Soup, or whatever it was called, but then it said on USA. So.
Well, this lady.
Oh, they re-aired it on USA last night. Okay, it was a replay.
Oh, did it air after Raw? I would have stuck around and watched that. I didn't know.
They replayed it last night. I thought that was the first airing. Okay.
No, I turned Raw right. I went to the NFL game right after Raw ended last night. I didn't get to see it, but the lady, I mean, she sent me video after video after video, man, and press releases, and I put them all up on the website for you guys. And I did view the preview videos. It looked lame, like Miz was beating somebody up with a chair in one of the videos, and they had Hornswoggle there, and Eve Torres was there. I don't know.
I kick all their asses in 2 seconds.
David Abbs, where can I download it from? See? He's answering the above. Where can I download the soup from? but it's not a rapid fight. See how that fucks me up, Boone? See what I'm
I'll
talking
kick
about?
that kid's ass in 2 seconds.
You gonna kick his ass for me, brother?
2 seconds.
You gonna get him,
Kick his ass
bro?
in 2 seconds.
You gonna get
2
him?
seconds.
All right.
We'll get his ass in 2 seconds.
We'll get his ass. All right. Vincent Nugent, Acer in the house. When do you think the
I'll
whole
kick Acer's ass in 2 seconds.
You kick Acer's ass in 2 seconds? All right. When do you think the whole love affair angle between AJ Lee? I think Acer may be a bot. Anyway, you know what I mean? You know those bots that are in the chat
The way
room?
he types with the fucking lines between every
Right.
statement he makes and shit.
Yeah, it's like a bot. So
It's like famous stuff to me at this point. Like I can't believe he does it. He types big giant paragraphs with like 3 messages to 3 different people, and he separates them with these big fucking lines. And it's like his style, and he's been doing it for years. He's always been around.
would you still beat up a bot in 2 minutes?
I'd kick a bot's ass. Yeah.
You kick a bot's ass in 2 minutes?
Oh, I'll kick the fucking shit out of the bot any day of the week.
All right, so answer the man's question, dude. Love affair, AJ Lee and John Cena. When's it gonna end? Are we
It
done?
looks like it's gonna keep going for a while, which is
Well,
Hopefully they end it soon.
Cena said he's not going to kiss and tell anymore. He's done kissing her. He's going to keep his personal life out of things, and that's the end of it. That's what he tweeted today.
Hopefully.
Yeah. JD Petrie. When will Punk's title reign end? Brother, we've been talking about that all
Are you
night.
kidding me?
We don't know,
It's been
man.
like 80% of the show. What the fuck?
We got Thomas Suska back again. George the Animal Steel for Raw General Manager. Nah.
I'll kick Thomas Suska's and George Hamilton's ass in 2 fucking seconds.
Yeah, well,
True story.
you can kick everybody's ass in 2 seconds. You're an internet tough guy, aren't you, brother? You're an
I'm a
internet
telephone-
thug.
I'm a telephone tough guy.
You're a telephone thug, aren't you? RG Fortuno Argison, where's the new WWE title design? We put some photos up. Boone did on WZR Online. Actually, I did that gallery on, and then Boone double posted it a couple weeks ago.
What gallery?
That's okay. The guy's talking about the new WWE title design.
Oh, I don't remember that.
They, I thought they were going to do it. They had that ceremony, last week on Raw, right after Survivor Series. Thought they were going to debut a new WWE title then, but they didn't. So that was
Did you
it.
see they gave RG3 a title belt back when he did the fucking "You Can't See Me" thing like John Cena does?
I guess the Redskins do that all the time. Like it's a yearly thing where they give the MVP or their team star, which obviously is the MVP, the star of the team, right? MVP, most valuable player. They give a title belt out every year, and clearly RG3, I mean, he's killing it, man. I mean, that guy kills it in fantasy football, man. He puts up like 55, 60 points a week, man. It's crazy.
Who was it? It was like the Detroit Pistons, one of those basketball teams. Like everybody on the team when they won the championship, they all had belts.
Didn't I think Grant Hill used to do something, man. Grant Hill always used to have a WWE title belt.
Ben Wallace,
Shaq.
I can recall.
Shaq's always had a title belt too. He's always brought the belt with him, you know. So
Yeah, a lot of stars use it. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
that does it, brother. We're done. We're out.
That's it? That's the radio show?
That's a good one, man. I thought it was a good one, right?
Motherfucking, I know it was just one giant 2-hour prelude to me finally getting to go to sleep because I had to wait all day to do that, and then I could go to sleep.
You're gonna go to sleep.
We didn't tell them on the air. Like I told you, it was about what, an hour and a half before showtime. I said, you know what, dude? I can't make it. I'm literally passing out. I'm sitting here in this chair. My eyes are closing on their own. I said, I'm setting an alarm. Going to sleep. I said, fucking call the shit out of me and make sure I wake up for the show because I didn't think I was going to make it. I never went to sleep, and holy Christ, I'm tired. So I'm glad it's over.
Holy Christ, I'm tired. He says, holy Christ. He's talking to me about sleep, man. Last 3 days, man, I've gotten not a lot
I'm
of sleep.
talking to you about sleep. I mean, you got 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep last night. I got 0 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm going on 3 days. So 4 or 5
What?
hours of sleep on 3 days is way worse than your 24 hours with no sleep. You know what I'm saying, dude? Get out of here.
I don't think so. I disagree. You're a big piece of shit. Cockaholics Anonymous.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird won't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a
Motherfucker. We're out of here. That's it. We're done.
Yo, one more time, dude. Old school snoring. Honk.
Can you tell we're tired? We're done. We're out of here.
I'm fucking retarded, yeah.
Yeah.
Send them to.
We got SmackDown spoilers coming up on the website. I missed you guys last week. I'm glad to be back, man. I feel clear-headed. Everything's good, I promise. That won't happen again. We're back on the right track. And thanks for sticking with us. As always, we take a week off. We could come here on a Saturday, Sunday, Friday night. I know you guys would be here. You're always going to support us. You guys, all the congratulations, man, on the Facebook page over the last day or so have been unbelievable.
Yeah, me too, sincerely, like he said, and I sincerely mean it. I love each and every one of you, but I would kick each and every one of your asses in 2 seconds.
He's such a fucking You are such a fucking prick, dude. That's classic Boone for you. Alright, go submit some feedback, please, man. Listen, all you guys can comment now, right? Everybody can comment. You guys can submit feedback. Nobody ever does this, man. No one ever does. We ask for
They used to all the time. I've noticed that. Like, it's a trend the last few weeks. There's like 5 or 6 comments, and they're all just like, good job, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just good show. Good job, guys. Great. You know what I mean? Give something. Give me something, man. Tell them, Boone. Tell them how to submit some feedback, man.
Yeah, we want feedback, and we want you to go to Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Once you get there, the top post will ask you to submit feedback. We want your feedback on tonight's show. Was it good? Was it bad? If it was good, tell us what was good. We'll do more of it. If it was bad, tell us what was bad. We'll do less of it. This is how we get better. Facebook.com/
Don't be lazy, man. Do not be lazy.
Yeah.
And the feedback post is up.
Don't fall asleep on your way to doing it and start fucking yelling out, honk.
Everett Austin III. You want feedback? Get sleep. There you go, Boone. Go get some sleep. We'll see you guys next Tuesday
That's good
night.
Feedback. I will take that feedback.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that feedback in a couple hours after SmackDown's over. I got a few hours. I got a few hours to go, man, and then SmackDown. That's it. We're out of here. We'll see you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time. For Matt Boone.
That's me.
This is Ryan Clark.
Hey, that's him.
Saying see you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com. We're going out the same way we came into this thing because this is just straight bad ass. Here we go. We're out of here.